Hello! Hi, everybody! How are we feeling today? Hey, Ray, how's it going? Hi. Is the music at a good volume, everything? Welcome to part 2 of ranking Pokemon from Gen 1 based on their huggability. How huggable? How huggable are these funny creatures? Good, that's good to hear. So these funny creatures, this is the list as we have it so far. And just so everybody's caught up, the list goes from top to bottom. Oh, I just realized my webcam is covering the bottom part a little bit. Let me just, real quick, let me just make myself a little bit smaller. There. I have become smallified. Yay. Okay, still covering it a little bit, but less so than before, and that's good. Okay. From top to bottom, we have best hug ever, and we've determined that so far in Generation 1, Cleffa, Vulpix, Arcanine, Growlithe, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Clefable, Ninetales, Charizard, Pikachu, and Meowth are the absolute best to hug in Generation 1 so far. We've still got about half of the Gen 1 Pokedex to go. Hey, this is a great hug. You know, really great. Really great. Not the best, but very much up there. Pretty good hug. You know, pretty decent. Pretty decent to hug. Like a pleasant experience, but you're not necessarily gonna go crying all the way home about it. You know what I mean? Feels okay. It's like, you don't hate it, but you don't love it. You know, you're not going to necessarily seek to do it again on purpose, maybe. But it was all right. Can be hugged, but it just feels horrible. Now these are a ragtag group of creatures that it just feels awful hugging these guys. It might be able to even physically harm you, depending on the Pokemon. And then you may hug it once. That is the category for something that if you hug it, you will almost certainly die. So you may hug it once. And then literally unhuggable, I do mean literally in the literal sense, as dumb as that sounds. It means you cannot physically hug this thing. Be it that maybe it's like a mist creature and you physically can't get your arms around it because your arms pass through it. That's kind of what I mean there. We haven't run into any of those yet, but I wanted that category there just in case. Because I think at some point we might. Digging the Dr. Mario, thank you. Oh, thank you so much for the host. I don't know why the sound for that wasn't on. That's interesting. At least I didn't hear the sound. Yeah, actually, I have a playlist on YouTube right now called Power Up, more fun plus catchy Nintendo music. So it's just gonna be a bunch of upbeat Nintendo music because I was like, I just want to listen to upbeat Nintendo music today. All right. So the next, okay, I don't know why we're listening. I don't know why this is on this list because it's not really, it's battle music. Nah, you know what it is. It's fun and upbeat. Who cares? Who cares? So the next Pokemon we have... Oh, also, we're not doing Mega Evolutions at all until we get to the generation where Mega Evolutions actually take place if I continue this series. Because right now we're just doing Gen 1. So I've been skipping Mega Evolutions for now and not doing regional variants until I get to that specific region where those apply. Just to, like, make sure we're covering all our ground. But next up, we have Diglett. So let's go ahead and hop over to the Pokedex, shall we? Alright, Pokedex. Hello? There we go. Okay. I knew it was somewhere. So, oh, I'm on Golem still. Let me go to Diglett. Alright. Let's talk about Diglett. Funny little guy. And I mainly, I think about Diglett, and I think you know, that is a mole, and it's always in the ground, right? Like, it doesn't come out of the ground. So I feel like immediately I'm getting the vibes of it's not going to be very pleasant to hug, because you have to lay all the way on the ground in order to even get your arms around it. And by the way, all of these hug situations are basically default, the Pokemon is okay with you hugging them. Like, just want to make that super clear. There are a couple in the you may hug it once category where it's like this Pokemon would reasonably never want to hug anybody, and that's why you may hug it once, because it'll fucking kill you if you do it. But generally speaking, it's all like the Pokemon is okay with you hugging it. And then it's rating from there, because we're not just gonna go up to an ornery Pikachu and try to hug it, because it'll just fucking electrocute you. You know what I mean? You don't want to get zapped. Anyway, let's learn a little bit about Diglett. Lives about 1 yard underground where it feeds on plant roots. It sometimes appears above ground, so immediately dirty. Prefers dark places, spends most of its time underground, though it may pop up in caves. Dirty in a dark, dank place. Okay. Its head pokes up approximately 8 inches out of the ground. However, its real size remains a mystery to this day. Oh, and it can't be out in the sun for very long, because if it's exposed to light... Excuse me. Ooh. Sorry, I've got a drink next to me. Not an alcoholic drink, mind you, but... a beverage. Must have drank it a little bit too fast earlier. Sorry about that. But if it's exposed to light, its blood heats up, causing it to grow weak. So it probably can't really take the heat. So far, only 8 inches out of the ground, very dirty, likes to be in caves, in the dark, in the cold, in the dank. So I'm immediately thinking you have to go out of your way to hug this Pokemon. You gotta literally lay down on the ground. Oh, welcome back. I'm sorry that your internet crashed. Did you miss any of my explanation? I can go back real quick and kind of go through it if you need that. Or, you know, if you don't want it, that's also a-okay. Right now we're talking about Diglett, because that's our next funny guy. Diglett are raised in most farms. The reason is simple. Wherever this Pokemon burrows, the soil is left perfectly tilled for planting crops. Diglett! Now, Diglett, visually speaking, cute as hell. But doesn't come out of the ground. You're wrong, double letter. Hate when I do that. So, let me see what its height is. 8 inches. It only pops up 8 inches out of the ground. And that means you have to be on your stomach, like, to wrap your arms around it. Also, it's going to be covered in dirt. And part of the Pokedex entries is saying about how they only pop up in caves, typically. And that they can't really be in the sunlight because when they're exposed to light, they heat up too much and their blood starts to get too hot and they grow weak from that. So basically, you have to be in a dark, cold place, probably a cave, in order to even get the chance to hug it, typically. Also, you have to lie, like, flat on the ground, because otherwise, like, you can't really get your arms around it. So I'm thinking... And also, it's covered in dirt constantly, because, you know, look at it. It's coming out of the ground. Of course it's covered in dirt. So I think this little mole, funny as though he may be, is probably going to be... where do we put Diglett? Can be hugged, but feels horrible. Like, I love Diglett very much. What a cutie pie. But, man, I don't think it feels good to hug a Diglett. And that's just my truth that I'm gonna stand in. I do, however, think that it's gonna be better. Nub. Hi, Esther. I do think that it will be better than... I'm gonna say it's gonna be between Sandshrew and Graveler. Because it's not the worst. The worst to hug on this list, on this part of the list so far, is Tentacruel. Because, ouchie. big ouchie. Big ouchie energy. Alright, next up, Doug Trio. Hi, honeybee. Hello, hello. Alright, let's talk about Doug Trio. Chat, I need to have a serious conversation with you, and it's about Doug Trio. Been lurking for a bit, but my ADHD got the best of me. No worries. Hey, if you feel like lurking, no pressure to talk in chat ever. You want to see its feet? Okay. What secrets does it hide? I bet, you know what? I've seen all the art where Doug Trio and Diglett are just a head and it's got secretly like a Machoke-like body underground. Fake. Fake. I hate it. Bad. I think that it's just, I think it's got funny little feetsies under there. I think you're right. I am doing Alolan separate, yeah. So basically what I'm going to do is, I'm just doing straight up and down Gen 1. None of the Mega Evolutions. None of the regional variants until we get to that point. Because there may be some differences. For example, we have Slowbro coming up here. And it's like, that seems pretty huggable. But Mega Slowbro? Probably not as much. So I think that there'll be differences to be noted. Why do I hate the truth? I don't. I love the truth. And the truth is that it's got little funny feats. Well, we'll see. We'll see, Esther. We'll see if it's huggable based on its Pokedex entry. Because there are some things that look very huggable that wind up not actually being huggable. Diglett is big and buff, and you gotta accept that. No. No, I can't. I can't. I'm not strong enough, honeybee. Didn't I do some of these already? Here's the thing. I think I might have, but I have shut down my computer since opening this. And I think it didn't save every single one. So I'm just going to redo a couple. I did Primate. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna, I think, just have to redo a couple of them. I don't think I'm too far behind. Yeah, it's okay if we reread a few. And if I remember kind of immediately where they go, I'll pop them back up there. Is Primate huggable? Well, let's check. My gut instinct says probably not. I believe... Yeah, no, it's in you may hug it once because of how angry it is. Yeah, you may hug it once. Also, Doug Trio's not literally... Oh, yeah, right. He dies from being too mad. You may hug it once, but it also dies, right? Because it will literally die if it's too mad. I forgot about that. That was a nuts, wild thing that we fucking learned. I was like, oh shit, I'm not gonna hug it for its safety. Alright, so here is Doug Trio. Oh no! That's what I said. Oh my god, look at this picture. Please look at this picture of Doug Trio from Pokemon Adventures. Look how angry he looks. Checking because I wanted to make sure I wasn't like imagining things. Yeah. Thank you, Esther. Because honestly, I was like, didn't I do these? So I'm glad it wasn't just me. Manga Doug Trio's best Doug Trio. I really like this polite set of lads right here. Look at them. Yeah. Captain Caveman. All right. How shit. Holy shit. Okay, I was like, what? Yeah. A team of Diglett triplets. So that's interesting. So, I think that was just kind of some red and blue bullshit that they were on, though. A team of triplets that can burrow over 60 miles per hour. Due to this, some people think it's an earthquake. Okay. Its three heads bob separately up and down to loosen the soil nearby, make it easier for it to burrow. It's extremely powerful, as you can see right here. Confirmed. Confirmed strong boy. Remember that Digletts have skin temp problems, so we don't hug them. Yeah. I noted that too. I said, I think I put it into, let me check real quick. I put it into can be hugged but feels horrible. Or, oh wait, did I originally put it in you may hug it once because it could die? Gosh, now I'm kind of having memory issues of what happened. Esther, help! Your memory is so good and mine is not. It looks like, as far as this goes, it's pretty much the same as Diglett, but it's not mentioning the thin skin issue that Diglett has. And let's see how tall it is. 2'4". Okay, so you don't have to bend down quite as far. Yeah, me neither, me neither. I love from afar. That's a beautiful thing to say. So this guy is going to be a little bit easier to hug, and I'm going to go ahead and say that since it doesn't mention the skin temp issues, we're going to say that they don't exist within Doug Trio. So I am actually, now that you mentioned that we talked about, because I remember now we talked about not wanting to hurt the Diglett, we're going to say you may hug it once, but it'll be like number 2. But you may hug it once because it could get hurt. And then we're gonna put this guy in actually where it kind of was, where the Diglett was. I think it's a little better than hugging a rock. If I die hugging Beedrill, it is what it is. If I die, I die. It is my fate. No, I don't want to have to get your EpiPen, Esther. Abra. Abra is next. Now I wonder what they're gonna say about Abra's teleportation. So it is the Psy Pokemon. Abra's so fucked. Are you allergic to be cat fat? Oh no, honeybee. Oh no. Human-like, it's 2'11". And it floats, kinda. So I think, like, hugging it, you won't have to, like, bend down. Oh, it's hornets, yeah. So, yeah, Beedrill would fuck you up. Abra is a human. I think it teleported away before you can hug it. I am inclined to agree. It will identify impending danger and teleport to safety. Oh, it sleeps 18 hours a day, just like a kitty. Yeah, I think... Oh, yeah. While asleep, using its psychic power, it senses impending attacks, decides to teleport randomly. Oh, I think it's not Abra that was like a thing that turned into a human. I think that's one of the later evolutions in the line, Esther. He stabbed me. I am gonna go ahead and say that it's... You know what? I think we've got our first literally unhuggable because it teleports away, and that might be the conclusion we came to last time, honestly. Cool scar. Now hugging this might be good. Alright. Yeah, it does feel like some of these got kind of tossed back in here. Interesting. But in like a weird order. Kadabra's the human one, yes. Still fucked. Very much so. Alright, let's see. Let's see this dude. Primate. Let's see, is it? Whoops. Primal. Primate, not primate. Whoopsies. No, it is primate. Excuse you. There we go. Mankey was the other one that we were talking about. I forgot. I get those mixed up sometimes. 3'3". Cute. Crimate but eat a banana. Always furious and tenacious to boot, it will not abandon chasing its quarry until it is caught. You cannot run from Primate. You cannot. If it stops being angry only when nobody else is around. To view this moment is very difficult. When enraged, it gives chase endlessly. Because it's impossible to tell what made it angry. There's no soothing it. Okay. So you can't even approach it while it's asleep. Primate will catch up to you. And Primate will hurt you. And Primate will kill you. Oh, when Primate becomes furious, its blood circulation is boosted. In turn, its muscles are made even stronger. However, it becomes much less intelligent at the same time. No thoughts, head empty. Okay. Outrageously furious. If you beat it, it gets even madder. Yeah. Okay, we're putting this into You May Hug It Once, because it'll fucking kill you. Or should we put this... Hey, y'all, should we put this in literally unhuggable? Because it seems like it's always on alert, and I feel like before you could get the chance to hug it, it would just punch you in the face. I need to wipe my glasses while while we think about this. Well, you can get hugged. Oh no. Oh no, by its fist. Esther, that's not how hugging works, buddy. You bear hugged. More like monkey hugged. Monkey? Literally unhuggable? That's what I'm thinking too. I think Mankey, you can hug it, but it'll kill you. And then Primate, unless you are the only thing in this godforsaken fucking Pokemon world that can make it happy or soothe it, you can try to hug it once. I like how Honeybee put it. But I'm gonna say, I guess the order doesn't matter as much in Literally Unhuggable. But I am gonna say that if you can manage to hug it, it would be more pleasant to hug an Abra. And that's just my take on it. Alright, next is Ponyta. Let's take a look. Let's take it to the decks. Good Pokemon alert. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Okay, Ponyta. Yup. I think so. I remember in the anime. Hi, Casey. Meow, meow. I remember in the anime, at one point... Yeah, not if it likes you. At one point, Ash gained either a Ponyta or a Rapidash's trust and was able to touch its flame mane because it didn't burn him anymore. So I want to see what the Pokedex says about that. It was Rapidash. 2 cats in chat? It's more likely than you think. So its height is 3'3", so you don't have to bend down too much to... Excuse me. I've got a little bit of the hiccups, sequel to the acclaimed Dr. Seuss. Cat and a bat. Which one is the real cat? We'll never know. Okay, wig. Oh. Oh, look how beautiful. Okay, its hooves are 10 times harder than diamonds. Oh, shit. Pokemon could be on a shelf like, why we always gotta bend down. I know. Galarian Ponyta is little. It's like 2 feet tall. It's fucking small. Yeah, that's true. You could have it... Okay. Here's the thing. I'm saying hugging it, you're just standing on the ground with it. So you could theoretically go get a shelf or something for it to stand upon in order to make hugging easier. But for our purposes, we're going to say no shelves. Just so it's like an even playing field. Ponyta can't go on a shelf. Yeah, you're right. It would be, it just started raining, and I heard it on my window, but it sounded like galloping, kind of, which is really funny because we're talking about Ponyta. So I was just like, hello? Hello? Rain. Ponyta's coming for their hug. Oh, I will give them hug. Okay, hold on. Pokemon Stadium? Hello? Pokemon Stadium? What is this? Capable of jumping over the Eiffel Tower in a single leap. What? Pokemon Stadium? You can't just drop that information on me. Can jump into my arms. Magikarp can jump over a mountain. Come back later. You're right. Had that game as a kid. Me too. Training by jumping over grass that grows longer every day has made it a world-class jumper. A world-class jumper. Bless. Weak at birth. Its fiery mane and tail grow out. Wait. About an hour after birth, its fiery mane and tail grow out. So if you get a nice fresh one that hasn't grown its fire yet, high hugging probability there. It's like a peeled Ponyta, except in reverse, because it becomes unpeeled. That's covered in baby slime. Yeah, that's fair. Alright. Please don't refer to it as peeled. Hey, honeybee. It's peeled. Fresh from the womb. Fresh from the baker. Oh yeah, egg. That's right. They all come from eggs, don't they? Gradually becomes faster by chasing its parents. Okay, this isn't saying anything about trust. Egg juice grows. Can't run properly. Yeah, all it's saying is that it's a really good... Oh, wait. Shield. Fresh from the prince. If you've been accepted by Ponyta, its burning mane is mysteriously no longer hot to the touch. There we have it, folks. Shield gave us what we needed. Now, all we gotta do is judge. How pleasant is it to hug this guy? Good hugs? I think, you know what? I think great hugs. Because it can't hug you back, obviously, but just the sheer feeling, warm, gentle horse, good. Yeah, just the sheer feeling of knowing that you've been accepted by this beautiful, majestic creature that can jump so fucking high is just such a blissful experience that it's gonna go into, hey, this is a great hug. And I think it's gonna go right here. Right here with the other warm fire types and then also Persian. And I think that's that. Alright. Rapidash. Let's talk about Rapidash. Warm, gentle horse, good. Can I get a warm, gentle horse, good in chat, please? Strong agree with Growlithe Arcanine and the greatest hug ever. Yes! Growlithe and Arcanine really are the greatest to hug. Actually, I don't need to type it in, because it's right there. Oh, look at this beauty. Its Japanese name is just Gallop. That's very fun. Alright, it's 5'7". It is taller than me. Warm, gentle horse. Good. Thank you, Honeybee. I appreciate it. Oh, look at this queen. Love her. Rapidash is shorter than me. Wow. Incredible. I think trans rights Rapidash, fuck yeah. Very competitive. This Pokemon will chase anything that moves fast in the hopes of racing it. Okay, gotta go fast. Just loves to run. Just loves to run. If it sees something faster than itself, it will give chase at top speed. Unable to restrain itself from running fast after fast trains or cars. Capable of reaching 150 miles per hour. That's a lot. Okay, it's fast. It just loves to gallop. Oh. Canters in the fields. Very competitive. Rapidash will catch up to you and beat you in the race. It is true. She will, and I will accept my defeat. Very competitive. Rapidash just loves to run. I want to see him galloping. Okay, so for Rapidash, we're not getting anything about the trusting flames, but I am going to draw from the anime real quick because it was a Rapidash. So we're going to say that carries over because it doesn't say that it's... Yeah, it's in the anime. Because it doesn't... The Pokedex doesn't say that it suddenly becomes angrier, like more ill-tempered than Ponyta. So I think it's safe to assume that... we can say that it'll be the same case for the trust and not being able to be burned by the flames once it trusts you. It evolved mid-race, though. Ash could have been in tons of pain during that. Oh my god. I fucking forgot about that. Alright, we are putting this... Hey, this is a great hug, and I'm actually going to say it's a little bit better just because of the height. I personally had to deal with back pain. I will not Mariah Carey the idea that Rapidash is not a good hug. No. This is a great hug. Don't worry. I think that because of the height, you don't have to bend down, or not bend down as much if you're taller than it. So I think that it is a great hug, and it's a little bit better than its Ponyta counterpart. How tall is Rapidash? Rapidash is 5'7", according to the Pokedex. Okay, look at this little guy. Look at this little funky fella. Slowpoke. Little man. Slowpoke is loafing right now. Do you see that? Incredible. Frankly. Because if it were tall as IRL horses, yeah. Yeah, Ray, this playlist, sour please, this playlist is on YouTube. It's called Power Up, More Fun and Catchy Nintendo Music. I did not make this playlist. It's a singular video, but it's really good. I was just looking for catchy music that we could hang out to. Okay, whoops. Alright, Slowpoke. Look at this! I love that Galarian Slowpoke isn't even trying to hold up. Name the creator of the playlist, please. You got it. It is Shadow at Noon. So I'll type it in chat. Shadow at Noon. They also have the, they also make the No Thoughts Head Empty playlists. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, they seem to make really good playlists. I've used their No Thoughts Head Empty playlists a couple of times as well. No problem. So this guy is 3'11", but you know, he's lazy. Likes to lay down. Oh, see you in a sec, Casey. No worries. Alright. Let's look at the Pokedex. Oh, that's a big one. Look at that. That's a huge one. Good egg. Yeah. I love it in the anime when they have really fun colored eggs. Yeah. In the game, they all look the same because, you know, then otherwise it wouldn't ruin the surprise and all that sort of stuff. But, yeah. Incredibly slow and dopey. It takes 5 seconds for it to feel pain when under attack. Gives me Digimon vibes. Fuck yeah, it does. Slow and sluggish. Quite content to loll about without worrying about the time. Okay, so this is a sleepy fella. It lays vacantly near water. If something bites its tail, it won't even notice for a whole day. This is just a cat. Correct. This is a cat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A sweet sap leaks from its tail's tip. The tail is pleasant to chew on. I guess that was a whole plot point, so I shouldn't be... Even if its flavorful tail is bitten, it won't notice. I shouldn't be too surprised, but that was a whole plot point. The selling of Slowpoke tails. Although it's slow, it is skilled at fishing with its tail. Alright. Well, I think long tail often breaks off. It doesn't really feel any pain, though, and the tail grows back. So Slowpoke isn't particularly bothered. So is Slowpoke made out of taffy? Ooh. You know? That is, yeah. I think so. When this Pokemon's tail is soaked in water, sweetness seeps from it. So you can make Slowpoke tail tea, is what I'm getting from this. Just so you know, this is a piece of official Pokemon media that states Pokemon are not usually eaten as food. Yeah. You know, that makes sense that they would do that, because that's just kind of an upsetting concept to most people, I think. Okay. Well, let me see. It seems like it's very chill. Okay, it is 80 pounds, though. So you're probably not gonna pick it up to hug it. But I would take a nice little sit on the ground to give this guy a hug. And I think that that puts it in pretty good hug. People do eat them, but there are other creatures that are eaten usually. Yeah, okay, this guy gets a sit. Yes, this guy does get a sit. And I think sit crisscross and let it waddle in your lap. Oh, 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 that makes me so happy to think about. I'm putting it right here. I wonder what Chocobo tastes like. Oh, probably chicken, if I'm being candid about it. That's my best guess, at least. All right. Bird. It tastes like bird. I don't know who Chocobo is, but don't do that. I don't know her. Let's talk about Slowbro, shall we? Here's Slowbro. You do love to see it. It's 5'3", so I am a little bit taller than it. And it's bipedal. I'm taller than it, but not by much. Not by much. The Shelder that is latched on... Bitch, why is it so tall? I know. The Shelder that is latched onto Slowpoke's tail is said to feed on the host's leftover scraps. Interesting. Lives lazily by the sea. If the Shelder on its tail comes off, it becomes a Slowpoke again. That's really interesting. Okay. If the tail-biting Shelder is thrown off in a harsh battle, it reverts to being an ordinary Slowpoke. The tail is a parasite. Yeah, it is! That's interesting. I never knew that. Slowbro tail has a Shelder. As a result, this causes Slowbro to grudgingly swim and catch prey instead. Oh, as a result, the tail can't be used for fishing anymore, so it's like, oh cool, I'm bigger and stronger. Oh, but I can't fish no more. Oh. It was originally going to be its own Pokemon? Oh, interesting. The tail, yeah. That makes sense. But they were like, oh, it's a Shelder and it just looks weird when it evolves. Though usually dim-witted, it seems to become inspired if the Shelder on its tail bites down. Many thoughts, head full. Okay. No one can touch at my Pokemon lore skills. It's true! You are so fucking smart. I think that honestly, it's kind of just saying the same things over and over. But I think it's still a very chill and kind Pokemon. So what we're gonna do... They had an opportunity to make it a Alolan Shelder that looked like its tail. They did! Bigger Slowpoke. I agree. I think this is gonna be... Honestly, I think that this is gonna be, in... Because look at its arms. It can hug you back, and you can get your arms all the way around that sucker. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna put this in, hey, this is a great hug, right behind Blastoise. No, right in front of Blastoise. I think that that's... I didn't even know I was robbed until now. They could have said it had something to do with nutrients they have or something. Honeybee, your fucking mind, your brain is so big. That's a mega evolution. And frankly, I'm jealous. Let's talk about Magnemite. T? Who's going on T? Who's going on the testosterone? I'm just kidding, Esther. Okay, so it doesn't really matter how tall Magnemite is, because even though it's technically like a foot tall, it can float. Back to Bimbo. Motost. Aww. Magnemite. Magnemite is attractive. Nice one, Ray. Oh, holy fuck. I just got, like, thrown off by the style that this is drawn in. Does your boyfriend look like a Magnemite? You know, I've met Motos once or twice. I'd say yes. Just a Steel-type nerd. Yeah. I'm kidding, Esther. I'm kidding. Uses anti-gravity to stay suspended. Appears without warning and uses Thunder Wave and similar moves. Oh. We fighting? Who we fighting? It is born with the ability to defy gravity. And I'm not gonna make a joke about Wicked the Musical. You're fighting me? Okay, once we're both vaxxed, we'll meet in the Arby's parking lot by my house. Yes, defend your man's honor. Yes. Your men's. So it's basically just saying, and it uses Thunder Wave and similar moves. I like that it says appears without warning. This guy will just pop up. This little guy will just pop up wherever. No, don't tell him. Oh no, I've only met him like once, please. No, I'm just kidding. You could tell him as long as you don't think he would be like actually offended. Oh, you mess up now? Yeah. I'm sorry. I'll let you win in the fight. I'll let you win in the fight. Nah, I know. I know you won't. The units at its sides generate electromagnetic waves that keep it airborne. It feeds on electricity. Huh. The faster the units at its sides rotate, the greater the magnetic force they generate. Love wins in the fight in the Arby's. Where's the copy pasta? Okay, get whatever copy pasta you're talking about. I want to see it. At times, Magnemite runs out of electricity and ends up on the ground. If you give batteries to a grounded Magnemite, it'll start moving again. Hang on. Hang on, I gotta make a target run real quick. My Magnemite's sad. My Magnemite's feeling sluggish. Well, it's not really saying anything about it being overtly aggressive or anything like that. So I think we're gonna go based on what it looks like. Maybe behind a Taco Bell and we'll see whose bones break first. My god. Yeah, don't get my lactose intolerant ass. My weak bones. Me at my close friends, honestly. It did come from a milk argument. Coil. So I think, based on the aesthetics of Magnemite, it's a little bit too small to have it be a satisfying hug. And also, it's made of metal and has a lot of things poking out. So I'm gonna say, though it seems to be chill and friendly generally speaking, we're gonna put it in... You get shocked as well. It didn't say that you get shocked from touching it, though. So I think it only shocks you if it's trying to shock you. Or did it say somewhere in there and I just missed it? Here, hold on. Let me bring it back up just to make sure. Scroll in. Anti-gravity. Just think it's full of rage. Look at it. No, I disagree. I disagree. Look, that's a nice calm... It's calm. Those eyes say kill. No, those eyes say I'm vibing. Are you kidding me? Look at that friendly face. We're gonna click on that picture. We're gonna get closer. We're gonna get a closer look. I don't know. What do y'all think? What do other folks in chat think? Am I just misreading? Am I misreading this little funny little fella's intent? Who is your god now? That would be Omanite. Omastar? Eyes? Sorry, I said eyes by accident. Look with your special eye. F you. I love you, Esther. The eye says it's seen something that it didn't want. I feel like this is a Rorschach test. What do you see? What do you see in this Pokemon? It knows too much. Okay. Taking this all into account, I think I'm still going to be putting it into feels okay. Because, like, I don't think it would feel absolutely horrible, because I don't think that anything on it is particularly sharp, but it's not pleasant, you know? So I'm going to put it right here. I think that's a good place for it. Let's check out Magneton, shall we? Excuse me. Tea time. I do have some tea. Iced tea. It's a peach iced tea lemonade. Very tasty. People say Pokemon is so unoriginal now. Magneton would fuck up your credit card. It's true. You gotta keep it away from your electronics. You gotta. Yeah, I know people say Pokemon is so unoriginal now. Those people can suck it. This Pokemon be 3 boys pasted together. It's, yeah, that's what Doug Trio is too. That's 3 boys pasted together. That's what you did. You made it a little bit bigger. And it is a good Pokemon. So true. Okay, look. This one, this specific one, the pupils, also it's shiny, which is cool, but the pupils are so tiny, you can barely even see this pupil. This one is full of rage. It's like, why? Why am I here? Some Pokemon can be unoriginal, but people seem to say unoriginal when they mean simple. Yeah, I agree with that. Formed by several Magnemites linked together, they frequently appear when sunspots flare up. Yeah, because I mean, in Pokemon Snap, the original, that is absolutely how they're formed. You just give them food, and it goes like, and then you can take a picture of it. I'm drinking tea. Hell yeah, tea is delicious. Generates strange radio signals. It raises the temperature by 3.6 Fahrenheit degrees within 3,300 feet. Interesting. So, if you have too many Magnemite in one room, can you get the temperature way too high to the point where it, like, starts boiling water? That's something to think about. But we're just working with one, so we're not going to think about it too much. So it fries high voltage power. Tea, my beloved. True. Earaches will occur if you get too close. I prefer hot tea, but it's not like a huge preference. I like iced tea when it's hot outside, though. You love all teas equally? Hell yeah, honeybee. Okay, so the Magnemite are united by a magnetism so powerful it dries all moisture in its vicinities. Magnetic storms. I think, you know what? I think this guy is not fun to hug. That's what I think. Because it can raise the temperature, it can give you an earache. No, thank you. Muckismo toast. I can see that. Same vibes. He named his Sir Soupy the Second. Oh, I love that. So I think can be hugged but feels horrible is where this guy's going. It's gonna go right about here because it causes pain but not as much as Nidoking does. Because these are where like all the ones that cause a lot of pain come in or just are unpleasant. So I think that that's kind of a fair placement and assessment. So many Pokemon cause global warming. Get rid of them. Take them out. But some may counter it. True, true, true. I was kidding, by the way. I don't advocate for getting rid of any species like that. Far-fetched. This is a cute little guy. 2'7". Good Pokemon. Hell yeah. 2'7". Pretty little. But 33 pounds. So you can kind of, you could reasonably pick this little guy up. That's what I think. He's a Vocaloid. Is it because he's holding a leek? A sprig of green onions it holds as its weapon. It is used much like a metal sword. Lives where... Levon Polka starts playing. Lives where reedy plants grow. They are rarely seen, so it's thought their numbers are decreasing. If anyone tries to disturb where the essential plant sticks grow, it uses its own stick to thwart them. If it eats the plant stick it carries as emergency rations, it runs off in search of a new stick. You could hug them, but they would only give a half hug back. That is a fair assessment. That is a fair assessment. It can't live without the stalk it holds. That's why it defends the stalk from attackers with its life. So basically, be respectful of its plant, and you're cool. And a bonk on the head. Half hug and a bonk just for you. I mean, it doesn't... I think this is a friendly fellow. You know what I mean? DP, if it can't live without it, why would it ever eat it? Right? Yeah, that doesn't really make sense to me. But I think Diamond and Pearl was just on some shit. I think this is a friendly fellow. It's just a duck. It's a little duck. And I think as long as it trusts you not to fuck around with its funny little stick there, it'll give you a little half hug back. And you know, it's a duck. You know how ducks are. Generally speaking, not too bad. I think it feels pretty good. I think it feels pretty good to hug this guy. Since it's only a half hug, we're gonna just put it barely ahead of Oddish. Let's talk about Doduo. Oddish, my beloved. The runaway or early bird. Oh, just kidding. Sorry, that's not the bird. Twin bird Pokemon. I was reading its abilities like, Never mind me. 4'7". Alright. Did we get to Squirtle? Yes, Squirtle was one of the first ones we did. Hold on. Squirtle is right here. Pretty good hug. Pretty good hug. That's where Squirtle lives. Oh, forgot to put this guy up here. Alright, here's Doduo in the anime. Look at those big old eyes. Big shiny eyes. Boy! Please look at this. Please look at this picture. Oh. I can't tell if those... Okay, no, those are just regular rain, so it's okay. I named my shiny one of this Kiwi. Oh. Kiwi. Love that. A bird that makes up for its poor flying with its fast foot speed. Leaves giant footprints. You can ride them, it's true. So it doesn't really fly. 2 heads, more skilled at running than flying. By alternately raising and lowering its 2 heads, it balances itself to be more stable while running. Cool. It races. It can go up to 60 miles per hour. Leaving footprints up to 4 inches deep. Damn, that's a deep footprint. Love Squirtle. Hell yeah, Squirtle rules. Squirtle's great. Doduo's 2 heads never sleep at the same time. Oh, the heads take turns sleeping, so one can always keep watch for enemies while the other sleeps. That's cute. Doduo's 2 heads contain completely identical brains. A scientific study reported that on rare occasions, there will be examples of this Pokemon possessing different sets of brains. Interesting. Even while eating or sleeping, one of the heads remains always vigilant for danger. Okay. I like Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Trust no one, not even yourself. The brains in its 2 heads appear to communicate emotions to each other with telepathic power. Interesting. And more of the same. So, it seems like this Pokemon is pretty friendly. Or just, you know, a regular amount of friendly. That's good. So based on the looks, yes, it is fluffy. And when you go down to hug it, if you hug around its body, its heads can kind of go around you, almost like arms. And that way you watch out for the beak, and, you know, it's not going to step on your feet, because it's a very polite boy. Very polite little friend. So I think this guy goes into... Hey, this is a great hug. I think right here. I think that's a good place for our little Doduo friend. Let's talk about Dotrio. What do you think we'll find? Sour, please. Alright. I like that it crows at the sky. I think that's very fun. I love it when they have different facial expressions. That always makes me laugh. Uses its 3 brains to execute complex plans. While 2 heads sleep, 1 stays awake. Ooh. One of Doduo's 2 heads splits to form a unique species. It runs close to 40 miles per hour. Okay, so it gets slower. The 3 heads express joy, sorrow, and anger as they plan strategy together. When it sleeps, 1 head remains awake. Okay. It collects data and plans 3 times as wisely, but it may think too much and become immobilized. Interesting. If one of the heads gets to eat, the others will be satisfied too, and they will stop squabbling. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Okay. Ooh, watch out if Dodrio's 3 heads are looking in 3 separate directions. It's a sure sign that it's on its guard. Don't go near this Pokemon. If it's being wary, it may decide to peck you. Let me get another music. Get some more music. Dodrio's that one Hydra picture. You know the one I'm talking about. I actually don't. Alright. This is another video from that same person that I put in chat. Oops. I didn't mean to scroll up. Enemy. An odd species that is rarely found. It's interesting that they represent joy, sadness, and anger. So I think as long as you're going for the joy and maybe even the sadness heads, and maybe trying to stay away from the anger head, you should be okay. Okay to hug this Pokemon. Let me see real quick. How tall is it? It's 5'11". That's fucking tall. It's very, very tall. For me, at least. First head is serious. Second head is looking concerned at the third. And the third head is sticking its tongue out. Yeah. Oh, okay. I do know that picture. Okay. I think that this dude... a little taller than you. Oh, we are slowly sussing out Ray's height by process of elimination. I think that this goes into pretty good hug. I don't think it's as fun to hug as a Doduo, simply because it's got an angry head. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like every time I went to hug it, I would feel a little bit unwelcome, and that would really get me. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna put it, like, right there. That's what I think. Okay, next up, we have Seal. Oh my god, Seal. Yes, yes, yes. Good Pokemon, good Pokemon. Seal. Seal. It is 3'7". Oh, and it gives Ash the badge. I love that little delivery system. Very good Pokemon. Hardcore agree. Seal. The protruding horn on its head is very hard. It is used for bashing through thick ice. Loves freezing cold conditions. Conditions? Get in the kitchen and do some dishes. Me at myself when I've been fucking slacking. Loves freezing cold conditions. Relishes swimming in a frigid climate of around 14 degrees Fahrenheit. It boasts a thick hide covered with light blue fur. It plows through ice flows, even in the water 40 degrees below zero. Seal is top tier, you can't change my mind. Though it can't walk... We'll see. I'm inclined to agree, but we have to look at the facts first. We have to. Otherwise, this isn't science. Yes, I'm counting this as science. God darn it. Okay, so I will say that it prefers being in the cold. And it probably would be cold. No, it wouldn't necessarily be cold. It'd probably be warm. Science! Okay, so you're back. Sorry, I didn't notice. Facts. Cute. Chumby. Those are all the facts. Those are all the facts we were able to find, sir. Covered with light blue fur. Its hide is thick and tough. Honestly, cute, chumby, and furry. And I think that even if you did have to lean down a bit for it, like I feel like I've seen in the anime things where they like stand up on their tail as a trick. And look at that blep. You can't say no to that blep. Look at that blep. It's like, that's what it's like. All the time. It's just like, that's what it is. They can stand on their tail. Blep. Blep. They sure fucking can. Alright. Alright, bud. You're going spam boom straight to the top as soon as I scroll up there. Okay. I think we're gonna put it ahead of Pikachu. Because that's just a silky, chumby, little friend. But Pikachu is still very good. I don't think that it gets to go past Charizard because of the off chance that it could be a little chilly from just getting out of the water. But I'm assuming that the fur on it doesn't absorb water, obviously, because it's got to be hydrodynamic, so the water drips off of it pretty quick. I'm not going to say that it's going to be a wet hug necessarily. And even though it prefers cold water, it, you know, seemed to still be fine swimming in regular water, like in the anime, at Misty's gym. So there's my ruling on that. Dugong gong gong gong. That's my impression of a dugong. I hope you liked it. Let's talk about dugong. Look at that face. Look at that beautiful, precious face. Look at those kind eyes. They have such kind eyes and such a cute tail. Oh, thank you, Casey. And it's 5'7". Look at this friendly... Look at how beautiful, how wonderful. It's got beautiful brown eyes. How can you not love and trust this? It's so sweet and so cute and so pretty. Let's read a little bit. Oh my gosh. It is going to attack. You are going to feel the effects. Beautiful. Stores thermal energy in its body. Squirtle, Dugong, and Snorlax are my faves. Oh, hell yeah! Well, we didn't do Squirtle this episode, but Dugong is here. It is going to attack. And Snorlax is going to be at some point here, relatively soon, because we have not done Snorlax yet. Okay. Stores thermal energy in its body. Swims at a steady 8 knots, even in intensely cold waters. Its entire body is a snowy white. Unharmed by even intense cold, it swims powerful in icy waters. Thermal energy. You love it. You love it. Streamlined body has little drag in water. The hydro... Oh, the colder the temperature, the friskier it gets. Oh, really? Funky little friend. Sleeps under shallow ocean waters during the day and looks for food at night when it's cold. Dugong loves to snooze on bitterly cold ice. Favorite Gen 1s are Growlithe, Vulpix, and Eevee. Hell yeah. Body covered with pure white fur. Thermal energy, snow white fur, hydrodynamic. Alright. I think... Oh, it sunbathes on the beach after meals. The rise in its body temperature helps its digestion. Now imagine, you've got a nice, happy, full dugong hanging out with you on the beach after it just ate some food, and it's been sunbathing, and you give it a nice hug. I love that. I think that sounds wonderful. It is 264 pounds, so don't let it lay on top of you, maybe. Might be a little too much. Beautiful. Y'all already know where the heck this is going. All the way to the top. It's gonna be even better. And it has thermal energy, so I'm tempted to actually even just... Right there. Right ahead of Charizard. Just by one, though. Just by one. Just because of how cute and wonderful it is. Good crush. Alright. Grimer time. It's grime time. Grime time, crime time. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Here's a Grimer. Look at that slimy, slimy creature. Dugong is best hugger. Good ass, the OG slime Pokemon. Alright. Ray, I'm gonna say it's not quite the best, in my opinion. But, it's up there. But you're also biased, and I understand. Your dogs, I'm sure they are good huggers. I think I only met, like... I met one of your dogs before, Casey. It's been a while, though. Socks, oh, that's okay. Socks can be a little aloof as a treat. So, Grimer, I almost said Slimer. Jesus, can you imagine? Is 2'11", so a little bit on the short side. Looks a little intimidating. Apparently tried to kill Red from Pokemon Adventures. Or tried to kidnap. Appears in filthy areas. Scout likes to be picked up and held like a baby. Oh, Scout! I love Scout. In filthy areas. Thrives by sucking up polluted sludge that is pumped out of factories. Made of hardened sludge. It smells too putrid to touch. Even weeds won't grow in its path. Sludge that was transformed when exposed to X-rays from the moon. Yeah, Stadium? Yeah, Pokemon Stadium for the Nintendo 64 or the GameCube. I forget. Love sludge, industrial waste, and other refuse. Right here. Sludge that was transformed when exposed to X-rays from the moon. Esther. As it moves, it loses bits of its body from which new Grimer emerged. This worsens the stench around it. Wherever Grimer has passed, so many germs are left behind that no plants will ever grow again. Pokemon Stadium really said, let's fuck around a bit. It's true, they did. Grimer's sludgy and rubbery body can be forced through any opening, however small it may be. This Pokemon enters sewer pipes to drink filthy wastewater. He eat poo-poo. This Pokemon loves anything filthy. It constantly leaks a horrible germ-infested fluid from all over its body. He cleaned the world. No, it leaks a germ-infested fluid, though. It loves feeding on filthy. Grimer can have little sewage as a treat and as a way to get away from me. The thing is, I appreciate the work that this Pokemon does. It's doing really good work. However, the crystals on Grimer's body are lumps of toxins. If one falls off, lethal poison leaks out. If you hug it, you die. Working class hero. This is true. However, we're not hugging it. You may hug it once. I will put it in you may hug it once. It's not literally unhuggable. It would be for me just because I'm sensitive to bad smells. I can't handle them very well. We're gonna put it all the way down here, though, because that's worse than Beedrill, I think. And I'm pretty sure Muck is gonna be much the same. Now, if Muck is something along the lines of, like, you can't even get near this or you'll fucking die, I don't think you can hug Liquid. Oh, but, hold on. Crystal Lumps, hold on. Hang on. They're all hard workers who eat a lot of trash. I do love that. Brought to a low... Oh, that's a lowland Grimer, excuse me. Made of congealed sludge. Smells too putrid to touch. You know what? It smells too putrid to touch. Should we put this in unhuggable? We might have to. But it is made of congealed sludge. So it's not really a liquid. It's technically a solid, but just a bit of an amorphous solid, I guess. But I think it smells too putrid to touch. So I think we might actually have to demote it. You know what? We're demoting you. I'm sorry. Thank you for your work, but we're demoting you. I feel bad having to do that. Working class hero, honestly. Just like Honeybee said. But let's talk about Muck. Let's move on. Alright, Muck. Technically, if it flows, it's a liquid. You're right. You're right. But it's kind of a huggable liquid, because it has... It behaves like one. Yeah. It apparently, one of the entries that I couldn't find again, said that it had a soft, rubbery body. Sir Soupy the Second. So, you know, I think you could technically physically hug it, but if it's too putrid to come near and it'll kill you, you reasonably won't. Thickly covered in a filthy, vile sludge, it is so toxic, even its footprints contain poison. Smells so awful it can cause fainting. Through degeneration, it lost its sense of smell. People hug Muck in the anime. I know. Yeah, it just kind of covers you. Its body is made of a powerful poison. Touching it accidentally will cause a fever that requires bed rest. As it moves, a very strong poison leaks from it. But I think if it makes us smell so bad that it can cause fainting, I'm gonna say that that's literally unhuggable as well. And I'm putting it right here. Oh, no. It's the worst to hug. If you could. I know that there's proof that it can be hugged. I'm trying to go mainly based off of the Pokedex. I know I drew for a little bit from the anime earlier, but according to the Pokedex, you can faint. Most people would faint. Oh, but then if you don't have a sense of smell, it doesn't affect you. You know, we can ruminate on that later. How about that? I might come back to this one. Next is Shelder. So let's talk about Shelder. You'll take a muck? Yeah. Listen, you are one of the biggest slime lovers I know. So I believe in you. I believe that you can be the exception. Look at this little guy. Permanent blep. Okay. Let's see. Its hard shell repels any kind of attack. It is vulnerable only when its shell is open. Blip. The shell can withstand any attack, however, when it's open, the tender body is exposed. It hides in sand. Catches prey with its soft tongue. Swims facing backwards by opening and closing its two-piece shell. It's surprisingly fast. Hey, grains of sand trapped in its shell mix with its body fluids to form beautiful pearls. Love that. At night, this Pokemon uses its broad tongue to burrow a hole in the seafloor sand and sleep in it. While it is sleeping, Shelder closes its shell but leaves its tongue hanging out. Oh, it's so cute. You know what? I think this is a friendly little friend. Look how cute. It's less than 10 pounds. You can easily pick that up. I think it's worth a nice solid little hug. Is what I think. So I think it's gonna be a pretty good hug. Because it still is like a hard thing, like a hard shell, but I think just the pleasantness of having Shelder with you, and also the little tongue that's lolling out is really cute. You can just kind of give it a little hug and toss it back in the water, I think. Pretty good hug. Alright, Cloister. Excuse me. Alright, Cloister. 411. Very heavy. BRB again? No worries, Casey. When attacked, it launches its horns in quick volleys. Its innards have never been seen. Ooh. For protection, it uses its harder-than-diamond shell. It also shoots spokes from the shell. Shell's so hard it can withstand a bomb. My goodness. Once it slams its shell shut... She sells seashells by the seashore. Once it slams its shell shut, it is impossible to open, even by those with superior strength. Okay, yeah, they have sharp spikes on their shells. Even a missile can't break the spikes it uses to stab opponents. They're even harder than its shell. That's intense. Holy fuck. Okay. I think... Who launched a missile at a Shelder? This is actually Cloister. But yeah, who did that? That's wild. It fights by keeping its shell tightly shut for protection by shooting spikes to repel its foes. Okay. Cloister that live in seas with harsh tidal currents grow large, sharp spikes on their shells. Their shell cannot be shattered even with a bomb. Wow. Okay, so... Very cool Pokemon. Obviously. But, unfortunately, it can be hugged but feels horrible, and here's why. Because of all those spikes. I mean, like, to even get a decent hug in there, you gotta avoid the spikes and the bumps on it, and it's just, I don't know, it's not very good. You're gonna get poked a bunch. So I think it goes in... I can't believe Captain America shielded his Pokemon the entire time. I don't do Marvel, really, but that sounds very funny. I think it's gonna be around here. I think that's where it belongs as far as how good it is to hug. Okay. Alright, Gastly. See, this is the Pokemon I was thinking of when I made this literally unhuggable tier. Because I think Gastly doesn't have a solid form, it is gas. So I think you physically cannot, like, hug it. You know what I mean? Let's check it out, though, just to make sure. All I know about him is that he's American and has a strong shield. That's fair. That's about all I know about him, too. And that his name is Steve. Okay, and it floats, so the height doesn't matter. Gastly's hands. Shield is supposed to be unbreakable. Gastly's cool as hell. I do love Gastly. Almost invisible, this gaseous Pokemon cloaks the target and puts it to sleep without notice. Said to appear in decrepit, deserted buildings. It has no real shape and appears to be made of a gas. Made of a thin, gas-like substance that induces fainting if you get enshrouded in it. Will not appear if it is very windy. Okay, it has a gas-like body and it can be blown away by the wind. So it can cause suffocation. That's fun. So it can envelop you, much like a gas, you know. But I don't think you can, like, hug it. I think it's just impossible. It can topple an Indian elephant. Thank you, Fire Red. But the shield is also made of stolen rocks from African people. Cool plot line of him giving back the shield to Black Panther. Yeah! That is really cool. This Pokemon's body is 95% made up of gases, which are blown away by strong gusts of wind. Yeah, I don't think you can hug this Pokemon, y'all. Body made of gas, despite lacking substance. So it doesn't have substance. India confirmed in Pokemon. Yeah! Yeah, sorry, we can't hug a Gastly. I know, that's what I was thinking, Esther, but India is confirmed in Pokemon to exist, I guess. Maybe one day we will have India, an India-based region. So, this goes in my unhuggable. Haunter, I think, might have a physical form, so let's see. Or not a physical form, I mean a tangible form, I should say. Because gas is still physical. A huggable form. Huggable form. Hey. Kita. I think Kita means I found you. So this is terrifying. Anyway. I so want a Pokemon region based off Africa or like South America. Yeah, me too. I hope that if/when they eventually do regions based off of those places, that they really, really, like, are good about it, and they hire folks from those areas who know a ton about those areas. Because otherwise I feel like they could really make some bad missteps there. But yes, that would be fucking radical. Because of its ability, Sun and Moon was pretty good. Yeah, Sun and Moon was pretty good. You're right. Because of its ability to slip through block walls, it is said to be from another dimension. By licking, it saps the victim's life. It causes shaking that won't stop until the victim's demise. So if this Pokemon uses Lick on you, apparently you will vibrate until you die. Sun and Moon was also incredibly loose with its inspiration. Yeah, kind of. I mean, they literally called it Alola, and they say Alola to say hi, which is based off of the word aloha. So I think, like, I mean, by incredibly loose, do you mean it's not obvious that it's Hawaii? Or, like, are you talking about something else? Because I think it's pretty obvious that it's supposed to be Hawaii. Oh, its tongue is made of gas. If licked, its victim starts shaking to death. Hides in the dark, planning to take the life of the next victim. Haunter is a dangerous Pokemon. If one beckons you while floating in the darkness, you must never approach it. This Pokemon will try to lick you with its tongue and steal your life away. If you get the feeling of being watched in darkness when nobody is around, Haunter is there. Okay. Well, its tongue is apparently gaseous, but it's not saying... It's not saying that it has a physical, like a physically touchable body. And it can go through walls. So I'm actually going to operate under the assumption that that means that it's also unhuggable. I have hopes that we can branch out of West Asia / European regions. Yeah. Oh, you mean East Asia? Am I getting my... I'm not great at geography, so someone correct me if I'm wrong. Let's talk about Gengar. East Asia. Okay, cool. No, you're good. You're good. You just mixed up your East and your West, and that's okay, because it happens. Alright, Gengar. I hope I can hug this friend, because Gengar is very good. I like how Mega Gengar is shorter than regular Gengar. That's very funny to me. Morty's Gengar. Floating in the air. Love it. It's because he is in the ground. It's obvious it's Hawaii, but they do a mishmash of cultural traditions, which is good, but don't go too deep into said traditions and stay mostly surface level with them, which is the safe thing to do. That's what I mean by loose. Okay, yeah, I totally agree with that. I just needed that clarification. Thank you. Look how fucking big. Look how big that is. It's amazing. Oh my god, I thought this said JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for a second. I was like, where did Gengar show up in JoJo? No, cursed. Esther, cursed. Don't say that. Esther, cursed. Under a full moon, this Pokemon likes to mimic the shadows of people and laugh at their fright. A Gengar is close by if you see a sudden chill. It may be trying to lay a curse on you. Appears to attack people who get lost in the mountains. Well, that was a sentence I wish I could unread. Jesus. Also, Esther, that's Guzzlord that you're thinking of. Not Gengar. It steals heat from its surroundings. Okay. Steal the life of its target. Slips into the prey's shadow. Hiding in people's shadow at night, it absorbs their heat. Sometimes on a dark night, deep in thought, your shadow cast by a streetlight may suddenly overtake you. It is actually Gengar running past you, pretending to be your shadow. Okay, so it'll steal your life if you get lost in the mountains. So avoid mountains, I guess. And hides in shadow. Don't forget this Pokemon may be made of human souls. Huh. Where does it say that? Control. Oh, I like this one. There is no escaping it. Give up. Control find. Soul. Oops, that was shift. Control find. Soul. In the Sun and Moon one, you can take a photo of it. One of the comments is Grandma? Oh. Interesting. Apparently wishes for a traveling companion. Since it was once human itself, it tries to create one by taking the lives of other humans. Oh my god. Okay. Once again. Yeah, you were right. You are the lore master. Okay, so it used to be human. I'm not seeing anything about whether you can tangibly touch it. But just based on the fact that it can meld into shadows, I'm gonna say that you can't touch it. And also because it's, you know, a ghost. So let's talk about Onyx. Rock, snake, rock, snake, rock, snake, rock, snake. It's time. It's time for the rock snake, everybody. Everybody give a warm welcome to our next guest, Rock Snake. Oh my god, I was saying Rock Snake as a joke. It's called the Rock Snake Pokemon. I, I legitimately did not know that. Onyx is one of the worst Gen 1 mons. I think it's okay. It's a rock snake. Big boy. Shiny Onyx in the anime. Hey, quick question. Why is this one just pure evil though? Look at those eyes. That's the eyes of a cold-blooded killer right there. Anyway, horrifying. As it grows, the stone portions of its body harden to become similar to a diamond, but colored black. Def low tier bullshit, a good Pokemon. It's def low tier, but still a good Pokemon to me. I thought that said bullshit. It's just so big. It is! See, it's just basically a big rock. Oh, Onyx has a magnet in its brain. It acts as a compass so this Pokemon does not lose direction while tunneling. As it grows older, its body becomes increasingly rounder and smoother. That's fun. I mean, that makes sense because of erosion, right? So I think... I think that it's basically... Yeah, it's too big. It's just big and made of rocks. So Onyx is just Magnemite in a rock mech? Oh my god. Fuck. I want someone to draw that now. I'd draw it myself, but I don't think I have the skill. Alright. I think it's so big. It's so big that you can't... Oh, so Honeybee said, so Onyx is just a Magnemite in a rock mech. Because it was, the Pokedex entries were talking about how Onyx has a magnet in its head so that it can keep a sense of direction while it's tunneling. Yeah. And I thought that that was very funny. Just like very funny imagining a Magnemite getting into a giant rock mech suit and it's just a fucking Onyx. Okay. Here's my thing. Onyx, too big. You can't get, unless maybe you're hugging the tail, but why would you want to hug the tail? Like, you can't get your arms fully around it, and it's also made of rocks, and probably going to be kind of covered in dirt, so I think can be hugged but feels horrible, but it'll be kind of right up here, right by Dugtrio. That's my take on it. Oh god, Drowsy. Okay, let's talk about Drowsy, unfortunately. 3'3". This guy freaks me out. Puts enemies to sleep and then eats their dreams. Occasionally, it gets sick from eating bad dreams. If you sleep by it all the time, it will sometimes show you dreams it has eaten in the past. That's kind of cool. Puts its enemy to sleep. If you think you had a good dream but you can't remember it, a Drowsy has probably eaten it. Drowsy is LU because no one wants to touch that. What does LU mean? I don't think I've ever heard that before. Real scary Pokemon of this gen, truly. When it twitches its nose, it can tell where someone is sleeping and what that person is dreaming about. Literally unhuggable. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were referring to some sort of like Pokemon-related terminology that I wasn't aware of, and I was like, oh my god. What does LU mean? Is that a stat? Yeah, literally unhuggable. I think... If your nose becomes itchy while you're sleeping, it's a sure sign that one of these Pokemon is standing above your pillow and trying to eat your dream through your nostrils? What? Eat your dream through your nostrils? Istafo Yokai. Oh, a descendant of the legendary animal Baku, which is said to eat dreams. It is skilled at hypnotism. Yeah, Baku. And it also, it hypnotizes people. Yeah. I think... Here's the thing. As long as you're not sleeping and as long as it's not going to use hypnosis, you can hug it. I don't know if I want to put it in literally unhuggable, though, because it's like... There's not really anything specifically stopping you from hugging it, unless it uses hypnosis on you to stop you. But in that case, then, like, it's just a Pokemon that doesn't want to hug you. It doesn't say, it doesn't have anything about being touch-averse or anything. Legend has it that a person who wakes up from a bad dream can call out to Baku. A child having a nightmare in Japan will wake up and repeat 3 times, Baku-san, come meet my dream. Interesting. Baku is a good friend. However, this Pokemon is not a good friend. This Pokemon's creepy as fuck. I just hate that it eats it out through your nostrils. Oh. Technically you can, and it'd honestly feel okay pretty good. Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna put it in okay just because morally it doesn't feel good. But this and Hypno are actually the worst. True. They will be at the bottom tier. This is gonna be at the bottom tier. It feels okay for sure. And then Hypno, I will just check. Just to make sure. You know? Don't like it. When it locks eyes with an enemy, it will use a mix of PSI moves such as Hypnosis and Confusion. Avoid eye contact if you come across one. It will try to put you to sleep with its pendulum. So basically, as long as you don't look it in the eyes, you should be okay. Ugh. I don't like that. When it is very hungry, it puts humans it meets to sleep, then feasts on their dreams. Yeah, I mean, that's basically pretty similar. Oops, I just realized I didn't have it up. Sorry. I already looked at all these, but... Sorry about that, y'all. If I forget and you notice, please feel free to let me know. So we're gonna do feels okay. But I hate it. Let the record show that I hate it. Okay, we're talking about Crabby next, y'all. Get ready for this little crab. Look at this guy. He's friendly. Yeah, 1'4", like 14 pounds. Sounds good to me. I like this action shot of the Pokeball bopping its head, and it's just like, what? So funny. Its pincers are not only powerful weapons, they are used for balance when walking sideways. Oh, they sometimes break off during battle but grow back fast. It lives on beaches and seashores. If it senses danger approaching, it cloaks itself with bubbles from its mouth so it'll look bigger. I forgot about Crabby Kingler. They're some of my favorites. Yeah, they're super fun. If it is unable to find food, it will absorb nutrients by swallowing a mouthful of sand. I'm just gonna eat this dirt, okay? Cute. Okay. So I'm just seeing a lot of the same stuff about sand, about beaches, about the pincers. It doesn't say that it's, even though it's called Crabby, it doesn't say that it's crabby, if you know what I mean. Seems like a pretty friendly Pokemon. But, you know, it's got a hard shell, and even if it's not going to pinch you with those pincers, I don't think they'd be very fun to have them around you. So I am going to rank it fairly low. Come here, you. Come here, you. You're going right and feels okay. Right and feels okay. And you're going to go right here. A little bit better to hug than Magnemite. And that's my take on it. Alright, let's talk about Kingler. Kingler. God, I love Gigantamax Kingler. It looks so funny. Alright, this guy's 4'3". So, most likely we'll have to lean down a little bit. Oh! The large pincer has 10,000 horsepower of crushing power. Wow. However, its huge size makes it unwieldy to use, yeah. Okay. It's too heavy. It's said to be capable of prying open Shelder and Cloister shells using its 10,000 horsepower pincer. Okay. So, it has balance issues because it's got way big, one of the pincers is way big and very heavy. Waves its huge claw in the air to communicate with others. However, because the claw is too heavy, the Pokemon quickly tires. Aww. Sad. It's saying kind of the same things down here. Hard as steel, very strong. But overall, seems like either neutral or friendly, depending. So, let's go ahead and pop this guy up here. And he's gonna be right here, because, well, not actually right here, because you have to lean down a little bit to get a good hug in. This guy you can pick up. So that's where they are. Feels okay. I think that's a good place for him. And now we're talking about Voltorb. Oh, gee. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It is 1 foot 8 inches, and it's 22 pounds, so you could pick it up. Reasonably speaking, an adult person would most likely be able to pick it up. Usually found in power plants, easily mistaken for a Pokeball. They have zapped many people. Oh. It will self-destruct with very little stimulus. Oh, really? Uh-huh. It rolls to move. If the ground is uneven, a jolt from hitting a bump can cause it to explode. It is said there is... Okay. It was discovered when Pokeballs were introduced. It is said there is some connection. Okay. So... Oh. A life form whose identity is unknown. It is said to screech or suddenly self-destruct. I think I'm putting this one into You May Hug It Once, just because of how often it fucking self-destructs and zaps people. I think... I mean, it is like a nice ball shape, but it's probably pretty hard. So I am gonna put it... I'm gonna put it right here. And that's how I feel. Let's talk about Electrode. Look at that friendly face. 3'11", 146.8 pounds. No. Look. These two are having fun. This one's like, meh. Sorry, that was very cute. I like this guy's face. He's friendly. Stores energy under very high pressure. It often explodes with little or no provocation. Uh-oh. Round. Stores electrical energy inside its body. Oh no. It is dangerous. If it has too much electricity and nothing to do, it amuses itself by exploding. Ball orb. It is known to drift on winds if it is bloated to bursting with stored electricity. It is dangerous. You may hug it once. I have decided you may hug it once. Right there. Love how character design always says strong silhouettes and Voltorb is just a sphere. Truly. This Pokemon needs therapy. Yeah. Listen, when you're bored, you can't just do stuff like that, man. That's self-destructive. Let's talk about Exeggutor. Look at these funky dudes. It's very light, so you could hold it in your hands. Often mistaken for eggs, when disturbed, they quickly gather and attack in swarms. The heads attract each other and spin around. There must be 6 heads for it to maintain balance. So there's steeds. The shell is very durable. Even if it cracks, it can survive without spilling the contents. Okay, so this is interesting. Using telepathy, only they can receive. They always form a cluster of 6 Exeggutor. It's real Kirby hours. So that's interesting. So technically an Exeggutor is, I guess, one of them? And then 6 of them is Exeggutes? Exeggute, plural? I don't know. Interesting. Pokemon consists of 6 eggs. They're not eggs. They're mistaken for eggs. I'm basically seeing that, you know, it's a very durable shell, probably hard, smooth. They use telepathy, hunted by Crab Brawler, but uses psychokinesis to drive it off. Should one of the 6 be lost the next morning, there will be once more be 6. Okay. Well, I mean, this is just kind of like, I like this image, because it's just a friendly group of little eggs. There's 5 of them there, though. Interesting. So, I don't know. I don't think, but the thing is, it's like, how do you really hug and execute? Because they work together as a group of 6. So I feel like in order to get a decent hug out of this, you'd have to pick up each individual member, but they seem to like sticking together, so would they like that? And then it's kind of like, you feel like you're going to be juggling. So I think you can hug it, but it's not going to feel, it's not going to feel horrible, but it'll just feel okay. That's kind of my take on it. Because it's also just like, it's a hassle, you know? I'm going to put it right here. When it's a hassle, you kind of don't really want to hug something, you know? Alright. Exeggutor. 6'7". Big boy. Big friendly friend. Let's get down to the Pokedex. Legend has it that on rare occasions, one of its heads will drop off and continue on as an Exeggutor. Interesting. Its cries are very noisy. This is because each of the 3 heads thinks about whatever it likes. Each of the fruits is an independently thinking head. It is said that if one drops off, it becomes an Exeggutor. Okay. However, they are friendly and never appear to squabble. Okay, so it's friendly. Living in a good environment makes it grow lots of heads. Just imagine one with like 40 heads. Oops, all heads. It is called the walking jungle. If a head grows too big, it falls off and becomes an Exeggutor. Okay. All heads. Okay. Well, I don't see anything wrong with this guy. I think based on how it looks, it cannot hug you back because it doesn't have arms. But, and it's a little bit thick to get your arms all the way around, but I think you can still get your arms to a position that feels like satisfying to hug. You know what I mean? But it probably feel like hugging a tree, basically. It doesn't seem to have like a rough body texture. But I don't know. I think it probably just feels okay. That's my take on it. Feels okay. We're gonna put it like right there. Alright, next up is Cubone. Oh, one of the saddest Pokemon. Alright. Alright, Cubone, the lonely Pokemon. 1'4", and it's 14.3 pounds, so easy to pick up. Look at that fella. Oh. I get sad thinking about Cubone and its origins. Oh, look, it's helping! I love that. Because it never removes its skull helmet, no one has ever seen this Pokemon's real face. Whereas the skull of its deceased mother, its cries echo inside the skull and come out as a sad melody. So it's a sad little friend. If it is sad or lonely, the skull it wears shakes and emits a plaintive and mournful sound. Very good Pokemon. Very sad Pokemon. Cubone. Cubone. Pines for the mother we'll never see again. I relate a little too much to Cubone in that way. Seeing a likeness of its mother in the full moon, it cries. Stains on the skull the Pokemon wears are made by the tears it sheds. Oh. Oh, lift your head up, King. Yeah. It weeps loudly. I think this is just a little sad friend. Who needs a hug, frankly? High priority. Cubone is a sad boy. High priority needs a hug very much. And I think that hug, hey, this is a great hug. Because, look at it. It's little. It's cute. You can pick it up and you can hold it. You can get your arms around it. And also, it probably feels very cathartic and good to help this Pokemon feel a little bit better about missing its mother. Must love, exactly. And especially if you become really good friends with it, it's not going to obviously like see you as a parental figure necessarily. and you're never going to replace his lost mother. But I think you'll form a really special bond and find a special place in Cubone's heart, and I think that is worth it. Precious, precious baby. I agree. How's Marowak doing? Oh, I love a Alolan Marowak. Holy fuck. Sorry, I just... Alolan Marowak is great. 3'3". So you gotta lean down just a little bit. It's good Pokemon isn't real, because I would own too many Cubones. Yeah, I would just adopt every fucking stray Cubone I found. The bone it holds is its key weapon. It throws the bones skillfully like a boomerang to KO targets. Small and weak, this Pokemon is adept with its bone club. It has grown more vicious over the ages. Originally a small and weak Pokemon, it became rough and aggressive when it began using bones as weapons. Interesting. It has been seen pounding boulders with the bone it carries in order to tap out messages to others. Is it using knock code? Somewhere in the world is a cemetery just for Marowak. It gets its bones from those graves. Tap code? Yeah, it's called knock code and tap code. Remember from the Her Story stream when we had to listen over and over again to Hannah and Eve tapping on the table? From its birth, this savage Pokemon constantly holds bones. It is skilled in using them as weapons. Okay, so it says that it's a savage Pokemon, and that it's kind of... It seems like it's a little bit more aggressive, but I think that's just probably some unresolved trauma from losing its mother. Alright, have a great walk, Ray. Thank you so much for dropping by. If I don't see you again, then have a good night. I think that this is also a great hug, but it will be a bit further down just because of the likelihood of it being a bit more aggressive. You gotta work hard, and you gotta gain that trust. You know what I mean? And you know, it's a little bit harder to work at it because it's taken its sadness and it's evolved into anger. So you really gotta break that shell, and you gotta be gentle, you gotta be patient. That's what I think. Next up is Hitmonlee. So this guy's got arms, potential hugging back ability, 4'11". Nice, nice. Pretty good hugging height, in my opinion. Can cross its arms and look really cool. When in a hurry, its legs lengthen progressively. It runs smoothly with extra long loping strides. When kicking, the sole of its foot turns as hard as a diamond on impact and destroys its enemies. So don't get kicked by this dude. Repeatedly kicks its enemy with legs that freely stretch and contract. Some people refer to it as a kicking master. Okay, it can kick in succession from any position because of its awesome balance. So if we're mostly talking about the legs and the kicks here. But it does have a really good sense of balance, and that's pretty nice to know. The legs can, like, contract and stretch, and they're spring-like. That's really interesting. I wish they showed more of that in the anime. Like, maybe it, like, jumping around and running. Its legs can stretch double. So, if need be, if you can't bend down to hug it, it could extend its legs a little bit and get taller to hug you. Isn't that nice? I think Hitmonlee's pretty good to hug. I think it's pretty good. In the manga, there's a cool frame of its leg fully springed out in a kick. Ugh, why don't they do that kind of stuff in the anime? What the heck? Okay. I'm gonna put this up at pretty good hug. No, actually, hey, this feels great, because it can hug you back. Look at that. It'll get taller for you, and it can hug you back. I'm gonna put it right here. I think that's really good. Gain the trust of this Pokemon so it doesn't kick you to death, but I think that's where I'm putting it. Let's talk about Hitmonchan, huh? I really like the built-in boxing gloves. This one can also hug you back immediately, and it's 4'7", so just a teeny bit shorter. Hitmonchan. Alright. While apparently doing nothing, it fires punches in lightning-fast volleys that are impossible to see. Wow. Punches in a corkscrew fashion. It can punch its way through a concrete wall in the same way as a drill. Adept at punching invisibly quick at bullet train speed. It takes a break every 3 minutes as it moves around. Okay. So, strong arm for good hug is what I'm seeing here. A Hitmonchan is said to possess the spirit of a boxer who has been working towards a world championship. This Pokemon has an indomitable spirit and will never give up in the face of adversity. Will stand by you and fight with you. This is a great, I think this makes for a pretty dang good hug. Strong arms, strong will, strong bond. This is a great hug. This is a great hug, and it's going above Hitmonlee. Below Raichu, mind you. Below Raichu, but above Hitmonlee. Alright, next is Licketong. Let's see what Licketong's up to, huh? See what's going on. Permanent Blep. Very, very long tongue. Would prefer not to hug the tongue, but I don't think it ever really goes back fully in its mouth, so we'll see about that. 3'11", so you would have to bend down. Let's see. Ugh. Licketong and Detective Pikachu look kind of freaky, huh? Its tongue can be extended like a chameleon's. It leaves a tingling sensation when it licks its enemies. Its tongue spans almost 7 feet and moves more freely than its forelegs. Its licks can cause paralysis. Twice its body length, can catch prey. Thick, gooey saliva. Ooh. That's rough. And it uses the tongue to lick its body clean, so, ooh. It's a little bit... Oh, when Licketong comes across something new, it will unfailingly give it a lick. It does so because it memorizes things by texture and by taste. It is somewhat put off by sour things. Understandable. Whenever it sees something unfamiliar, it always licks the object. Instead of hands, it uses its tongue, which is twice its height. Its sticky saliva grips anything. Huh. Okay, well, it's not saying anything about the tongue going back in, and honestly, I don't ever think I've seen a Licketong with its tongue in, so if you're gonna hug it, that's part of the deal, and I'm just gonna say it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. It's thick and gooey. They can inflate? Oh, I didn't know that. They inflate like a balloon and fly, just like Lanky Kong. I'm gonna put it there. No, actually, because it's not painful. It doesn't cause pain, but it's gross. That's where I'm putting it. That's my take. Inflate himself, just like a balloon. Coughing. Coughing. So it floats. Height isn't an issue. Because it stores several kinds of toxic gases in its body, it is prone to exploding without warning. Huh. In hot places, the internal gases could expand and explode without any warning. Be very careful. Thin-skinned balloon filled with highly toxic gas known to occasionally explode. The gases cause constant sniffles, coughs, and teary eyes. Oh, jeez. I think... There's an explosion factor, but it doesn't seem to happen as often as with, like, Voltorb and Electrode. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in can be hugged but feels horrible because of the sniffles and everything that it gives you. Right up here. Now, wheezing, I'm assuming is probably gonna be similar. Very similar. Wheezing! 3'11", but it floats, so it doesn't matter. Oh, James is wheezing. We love. There are two kinds of poison. Where two kinds of poison gases meet, two coughings can fuse into a wheezing over many years. It lives and grows by absorbing dust, germs, and poison gases that are contained in toxic waste and garbage. So it does clean up the environment, which is good. A twinned coughing that forms on rare occasions where poisonous gases pool. Its two toxic gases appear to be different. You know him well. I was wondering if this was going to be in one of these videos. Speaking of inflate himself just like a balloon. Top grade perfume is made using its eternal poison gases by diluting them to the highest level. Okay, so yeah. This one apparently doesn't... It really is a bop, yeah. Yeah, this one is, oh, though rare, triplets have been found. That's fun. This one apparently doesn't really, explode, which is a plus. I'm gonna say, though, because still stinky, it's gonna go just one above coughing. Huh, DK. Donkey Kong. Has no grace. This car has a funny face. 3'3". Hold on. Inflate himself, just like a balloon. Just like Licketong. Its massive bones are 1,000 times harder than human bones. It can easily knock a trailer flying. Pokemon with a one-track mind. Once it charges, it won't stop running until it falls asleep. It is inept at turning because of its 4 short legs. It can only change and run in one direction. Only charge and run in one direction. Doesn't care if there's anything in the way, it just charges and destroys all obstacles. Remembers one thing at a time. Its body is clad in a thick hide, and its tackles topple buildings. Unfortunately, it is not smart. No thoughts, head empty. Strong but not too bright. Okay. So, I think... you can hug this guy. It just feels okay. It's not, like, awful, but it's just kind of, like, smooth, you know? Alright, Esther, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Peace out. Have a great night. Ride on. Love you too. Ride on is 6'3". That's a tall mon. Protected by armor-like hide, it is capable of living in molten lava of 3,600 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm assuming that's Fahrenheit. Walks on hind legs. Shows signs of intelligence. Wow. Nice. Rugged hide. Brain developed when it began walking on hind legs. Nice. By lightly spinning its drill horn, it can easily shatter even a diamond in the rough. Oh, that was the end of this playlist. Let me just pop on to fun jazzy Mario music. And of course we're starting with this one because we gotta. I think this is gonna be the same. On the rails, time to raise our sails. It's freedom like you never knew. Oh, this song might be caught by copyright, I just realized. I'm so sorry. Okay. I think that one gets caught by copyright, so I had to stop it. I'm sorry. Okay. I think this one's gonna be the same, pretty much. As Rhyhorn. I mean, Rhydon. Oh, thanks, Honeybee. I appreciate it. Okay, Chansey. Let's talk about Chansey. Let's talk to Chansey. Have a quick conversation here. Okay, it is 3'7". It's a lovely fairy. Let's see. Oh, I love this picture. Look at... Oh, damn, my mouse is being weird. Okay, we're good. Look at that picture. It's spinning. We're spinning. Whoops. Wrong window. Good picture. Excellent picture. A rare and elusive Pokemon that is said to bring happiness to those who manage to get it. A gentle and kind-hearted Pokemon that shares its nutritious eggs if it sees an injured Pokemon. These very succulent eggs. I don't like that word with that. Very succulent eggs. Excuse me. Where was I? Succulent eggs every day. If it is treated with love and care, its eggs appear to become even more delicious. Okay, it walks careful to break its egg. However, it is extremely fast at running away. Okay. Well, these Pokemon give you happiness. They're kind. They're gentle. I think that as long as you're being careful of its egg, you're going to get a great hug out of this Pokemon. You know? And it's got little arms that can kind of hug you back. I really like that. Hey, this is a great hug. You do kind of have to go out of your way just a teensy bit. I'll put it right here. Just a teensy bit to avoid the egg, but I don't think it'll be too hard because of how short it is. Because you're bending down to its level anyway, you know? I think that's where I want it. Alright, Tangela. Good old Terry here with his great kicks. 3'3", but it is 77 pounds. It can't really pick it up. So you do have to bend down to get this guy. The whole body is swathed with wide vines that are similar to seaweed. Its vines shake as it walks. Its identity is obscured by masses of thick blue vines. The vines are said to never stop growing. Okay. The vines that cloak its entire body are always jiggling. They effectively unnerve its foes. I think it's cute. Their subtle shaking is ticklish if you get ensnared. Aww. I think that because it can use its vines similar in the way that Bulbasaur can use its little vines, kind of give it a nice little hug. You know? It can give you a nice little hug. Okay. Tangela's vines snap off easily if they are grabbed. This happens without pain. Okay, that's good. Snap off painlessly. And, you know, it's just vines. You're just hugging a mass of vines, and it can hug you back. So I think it feels pretty good. I feel like Tangela would feel weird though. Yeah, I suppose it is like plant vines, huh? Maybe feels okay, because it can hug you back, so the pressure is nice. But it feels alright. I'll put it up to personal experience with certain textures. Yeah, that's true. I think I'm gonna put it in feels okay. I feel pretty good about that. Let's put it right here. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay, next up. Ooh, I need to take a drink. Kangaskhan. Oh man, this is like a mama Pokemon, basic parent Pokemon. Yeah, 7'3". They will never, ever, ever explain the whole baby Kangaskhan thing. They never will. And that's okay with me, but they just fucking never will, honestly. The infant rarely ventures out of its mother's protective pouch until it is 3 years old. Raises its young in its belly pouch. Won't run away from any fight to keep its young protected. The female raises its young. If it is safe, the young gets out of the belly pouch to play. I think as long as it trusts you. As long as she trusts you. Oh, Kangaskhan's maternal love is so deep that it will brave death to protect its offspring. Wow. Oh. I think that as long as you respect the boundaries with the little baby, it's gonna give you a good hug. Good ass hug. Great hug. Great hug. Great hug. Go right here. You go right there, actually. Ooh, no. You go here. Feel that motherly love, you know? Horsey. I took a U quiz that was like, what would your starter Pokemon be? And there was like 50 different Pokemon answers on it. And I got Horsey. I was really happy. 1'4", and it's only about 18 pounds. You can pick that up pretty easily. Oh, look at this picture of determination. Oh, because it's swimming in the race. That's right. That's from Journeys. It's a race. That's just a little friend right there. Doesn't need to be in the water, though. That is a good question, and I'm hoping we'll find the answer. Known to shoot down flying bugs with its precision blasts of ink from the surface of the water. If it senses any danger, it will vigorously spray water or a special type of inks from its mouth. Attacked by a larger enemy, its big, developed fins move rapidly, allowing it to swim backward while still facing forward. When they're in a safe location, they can be seen playfully tangling their tails together. That's cute. Eats small insects. Anchors itself, senses danger, cleverly flicking the fins on its back side to side. Fun. It makes its nest in the shade of corals. If it senses danger, it spits murky ink and flees. It's not saying anything about it not being able to be out of water. So I think we're in the clear. I think we're in the clear there. So I think, but I think it does live in water for the most part. I do believe that it would probably be wet most of the time. So I am just gonna say low end of pretty good. Just solely for the fact that it's probably gonna be wet a lot of the time. Okay. Sidra. Sidra is 3'11", 55 pounds. Okay. Ooh, I like its little ruffles. Yeah, but look at Horsey, how cute it is. Capable of swimming backwards. Touching the back fin causes numbness. Important. Sharp spikes. Oh. An examination of its cells revealed the presence of a gene not found in Horsey. It became a hot topic. Its fin tips leak poison. Oh, yeah, it uses toxic spikes. And it's got spines. Okay. Its spines provide protection. Its fins and bones are prized as traditional medicine ingredients. Carelessly trying to touch it. Its body bristles with sharp spikes. Carelessly trying to touch it would cause fainting from the spikes. Yeah, it's got... Looks like this is a pointy dude. So unfortunately, it seems like it only causes fainting, but it would feel horrible to hug. And I am putting it up with the other very spiny Pokemon. Unfortunate. So hug your Horsey while you can. As soon as it evolves, it doesn't become unhuggable, but you don't want to. Goldeen, Goldeen, Goldeen. Okay, 2 foot, 33, 1. Okay. I mean, this is a fish. It's beautiful, but at the end of the day, it is a fish. And I feel like hugging a fish doesn't feel good. Yeah, it's fast, its tail fin billows like an elegant ballroom dress, giving it the nickname the Water Queen. Has the look of a queen, so it's very beautiful. 5 knots. Yeah, don't let your... Oh, it could ram you with its horn. Yeah, and it does have a horn in the way. So I think you can hug it, but it's not going to feel good, is what I'm going to say about our wonderful Goldeen. But it's a fish, you know? I think it'll feel... right there. That's what I feel. And then I'm assuming... Sea King will be around the same. And it's also like, that's one of those things where it's like you have to hug them in the water too. So if you don't like being in the water, there's another downside. In the autumn, travel up rivers to spawn. Males make the nests. They gather from all over. Using its horn, it bores holes in riverbed boulders. Males patrol the area in the autumn. Seeking is very protective of its eggs. They take turns. Make a nest. To protect its family, it will fight with its drill-sharp horn. Rip to people who can't swim. Yeah, literally. In autumn, its body becomes more fatty and preparing to propose to a mate. Takes on beautiful colors. Yeah, again, it's pretty, but it is a fish, and it also has a horn. So we're just gonna go ahead and put that right up next to Goldeen. Maybe in front of, just because of it being a little bit bigger. Pretty easy decision there, I think. Whoops. Alright, Staryu. Look at that. Look at that guy. 2'7", but it's 76 pounds. Holy shit, Misty was strong. She was holding her Staryu all the fucking time. Did you see that? So you gotta really lean down or sit in the water with it to hug it. That's what I'm getting from this. An enigmatic Pokemon that can effortlessly regenerate any appendage it loses in battle. As long as the center section is unharmed, it can grow back fully even if it's chopped to bits. Cool. So if I accidentally hug it almost to death, I'll be fine. At night, the center of its body slowly flickers with the same rhythm as a human heartbeat. Ooh, interesting. When the stars twinkle at night, it floats up from the sea floor, and its body center core flickers. I like that. Ooh. Staryu apparently communicates with the stars in the night sky by flashing the red core at the center of its body. And then it regenerates if it's torn apart. We know that already. Okay. Well, I don't think it's particularly rewarding to hug this Pokemon necessarily. I didn't know that about the core, though. That's really cool. I'm gonna say feels okay. You know? It looks like it's a nice smooth texture. It probably will be wet. I think I'm gonna put it right here. That's what I'm feeling. And let's see Starmie, huh? Three 3'7", 176 pounds. Okay. Central core glows the 7 colors of the rainbow. Wow. The This Pokemon may have even come from outer space. Ooh, fun little alien. Love that. Sorry, I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice just a touch, so I might talk a little quieter. This is basically the same as Staryu, I think. I'm seeing basically the same things. So I'm gonna put it right next to Staryu. But it is spikier, so it will be a little bit harder to hug. But yeah, Staryu and then Starmie feels right to me. Let's find out who's next. Mr. Mime! Mime. Alright, Mr. Mime, tell me your secrets. Unless they involve killing. I don't want to know. 4'3". Now, I do want to say, it does have hands, and arms, it can hug you back. Mr. Mime isn't as bad as most react, but I still don't like it. Yeah. If interrupted while it is miming, it will slap around the offender with its broad hands. Oh no. So don't, as long as you're okay with making sure you wait until it's done. Because apparently if you interrupt it, it'll slap you silly. Mr. Mime will bitch slap you, and it will hurt. Make no mistake. Once believed, the imaginary object does become real. It can also create imaginary object, which I think is really fun. It's adept at conning people. It is said to be able to create walls out of thin air by miming. It will suddenly double slap the offender. Yeah. I think I'm basically just seeing the same things here. Its pantomime skills are wonderful. You may become enraptured while watching it. The next thing you know, Mr. Mime has made a real wall. So I think just watch out because it might try to prank you, which I think is fun and cute. So I think honestly, I think it's a pretty good hug. You know, it can hug you back. But it's gonna be right here just for the sake of potential pranks. Doesn't not feel good, but sometimes it might prank you. Put you inside of an invisible box for a minute or two. Okay, Scyther. This one's gonna probably be a not very pleasant to hug, just based on how it looks. But let's find out some more information, shall we? With ninja-like ability and speed, it can create the illusion that there is more than one. Leaps out of tall grass. The movements look like a ninja. It has razor-sharp scythes. Sometimes it flies. Very fast. Blindingly fast. Wow. I mean, it can hug you back, but if it hugs you back, you'll be torn to shreds or chopped in half, more like. Quick ninja-like movements. I think just based on looking at the guy, I think they're, I don't know, like, because you have to kind of avoid the wings in the back, so I think it's like, feels okay. You know what I mean? Or, no, you know what? I'll put it near the top of feels horrible. Because it's like, I don't think that its skin and body would be a fun texture to touch. I don't like having to think about scythes potentially, like, cutting into me. No good positions for hug, exactly. And I don't want it to hug me back because I don't want to be chopped in half. No thank you, no thank you. So, I'm going to put it a little bit higher on the list. But it's not, it doesn't feel good. It does not feel good. And that's my take on that. Oh god, jinx, uh-oh. 4'7". It seductively wiggles its hip as it walks and cause people to dance in unison with it. It appears to move to a rhythm of its own as if it were dancing. It talks in a strange, incomprehensible language. Okay. So I'm seeing that it can make people dance and that it talks weird. It speaks using a language that sounds human. Research is underway to determine what is being said. I don't like that it says it seductively wiggles its hips. I don't like that. It's weird. See, I prefer it rocks its body rhythmically, but it still doesn't feel good based on how it looks. I think Jinx is also a weird case of kind of Uncanny Valley. And just knowing the origins, I'm gonna say feels horrible. I really don't like it. I will put it above... I'll put it like right between these two. That's what I think. And that's all I want to think about Jinx for today. We're moving on to Electabuzz, who can also hug you back, but might zap you. We'll see. 3'7". Oh, it's surprisingly light. Only 66 pounds. Okay. Normally found near power plants. They can wander away and cause major blackouts in cities. Alright. Electabuzz is pretty good. I think so too. Oh, electricity runs across the surface of its body. In darkness, its entire body glows a blightish blue. Its body constantly discharges electricity. Getting close to it will make your hair stand on end. So, my question is that painful? I'm hoping that a later entry will answer that. When a storm arrives, gangs of this Pokemon compete with each other to scale the heights that are likely to be stricken by lightning bolts. Some towns use Electabuzz in place of lightning rods. They like storms. Loves to feed on strong electricity. So if you get near it, your hair stands on end. While it's often blamed for power outages, the truth is the cause of outages is more often an error on the part of the electric company. Go off, Ultra Moon. Go off. I think, because, like, here's what I'm gonna say. Its abilities are static and vital spirit. So I think it's just like you might get a little tiny shock, like a static shock, but not enough to hurt you really bad, you know? So I think if you can just get past that, it's got like a fuzzy texture and it's got good hugging arms. I think it's a good hug. I genuinely believe that Electabuzz would give good hugs. And I'm gonna stand by that, gosh darn it. We're gonna say, hey, this is a great hug, because I don't think it's best hug ever level. But I'm gonna put it like right here. I think this is where it belongs. A little zap as a treat. Just a little zap. Let's talk to Magmar, aka Boober. 4'3". Its body always burns with an orange glow that enables it to hide perfectly among flames. With a body temperature of close to 2200 degrees, folks. Folks, that's a you may hug it once, immediately. Its body burns at 2192 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright. No hugging the Magmar. No hugging the Magmar. Ooh, actually, if it's that hot, you wouldn't even really be able to get close to it, would you? Do you think this is literally unhuggable, or you may hug it once? Because with a body temperature that high, just with the laws of convection and how heat transfers, and thermodynamics, almost 2200 degrees Fahrenheit is the temperature. That's gotta be too hot to get even close to, right? Definitely not huggable. That's what I thought too. So we're just gonna plop you here. Sorry, bud. Alright, Pincer. Oop, I don't know why I was bringing that up already. I always started off at the bottom. I don't know why I did that. Okay, let's talk about Pincer. Immediately, I don't think it'd be super fun to hug, even though it can hug back, because it's made of chitin, and also that mouth is weird. It's 4'11". Oh, Jesus. Mega Pincer looks fucked up. If it fails to crush the victim with its pincers, it will swing it around and toss it hard. It can't move if it's cold, so it lives in warm places. Okay. Damp soil clings to its body. Gross. Temperature drops at night. Sleeps on the treetops among roots. Astoundingly strong. Pincers are strong enough to shatter thick logs, but they dislike the cold. So I'm not seeing anything about, like, if you touch it, it'll fuck you up. So I think this is just gonna be, you can hug it, but it feels horrible. Because, you know, it's a bug. It's gonna go up here. No, it's better to hug than Pincer. Also, I've decided that these need to go here. I think it's worse to hug these two than these two. That's just my take on it. Feel free to disagree in the comment section below. Alright, Tauros. 4'7". My instinct is gonna be to say that this is gonna be a pretty huggable Pokemon. Whoa. That looks so weird. That is not your mama's Tauros. Anyway. When it targets an enemy, it charges furiously while whipping its body with its long tails. Rowdy Pokemon. Once it's running, it won't stop till it hits something. After heightening its will to fight by whipping itself with its 3 tails, it charges at full speed. No, don't do that. These violent Pokemon fight with other members of their herd in order to prove their strength. This Pokemon is not satisfied unless it is rampaging at all times. So it doesn't seem like a Pokemon that would really like to be hugged, and if it was hugged, it wouldn't want to be hugged for very long. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say, feels okay. Same as the Primeape, it seems. Well, not quite, because Primeape will die if you hug it. This one doesn't die. It's just, like, it's rowdy and kind of violent, so, like, it probably doesn't want to hug for very long. That's kind of what I was getting, at least. I'm gonna put that there. So, it'd be a little bit nerve-wracking to hug it, I think. Alright, Magikarp. It's a fish. Congratulations, it's a fish. Oh, blue raindrops. In the distant past, it was somewhat stronger than the horribly weak descendants that exist today. Oh, so sad. Weak and pathetic. Oh, I don't want to read too much of the Pokedex. It's very mean. It's very mean to Magikarp. I don't like it. So we're just gonna go ahead and put it next to the other fishies, because that's where it belongs, with the other fishies. Hey, we're getting so close, y'all. Okay, here. I'll put it right in front of Goldeen, because the shape does look like it'd be a little bit more appealing to hug than Goldeen, in my opinion. But you know, at the end of the day, it's a fish. Alright, Gyarados. Fucking angry. Big. Oh. Hey. Gyarados with its mouth closed. Good to know. Hi. I hate this. I hate the way this looks. Do you see its eyes? Its eyes are way too human. I hate that. Hate that. Not canon. Goodbye. Don't like it. Rarely seen in the wild, huge and vicious. Brutally vicious and enormously destructive. once it appears, it goes on a rampage. When Magikarp evolves into Gyarados, its brain cells undergo a structural transformation. It is said that this transformation is to blame for this Pokemon's wildly violent nature. I think this is unhuggable. Humanized Gyarados isn't real. It can't hurt you. But Doc. But Doctor. This is unhuggable. Sorry. It's just not. Unfortunate, but Lapras, on the other hand, I think will be a different story. Let's see how Lapras is doing. Alright, Lapras. Tell me about you. Big. So pretty. Here's the thing. Immediately, I think because you can ride on its back, you can just kind of hug its neck from the back. Or from the front if you're like standing on a dock. Oh. Look, they're crying because they're happy and they love each other. Oh my. Look, it can hug. It can hug. It can hug. Confirmed. Confirmed. They can hug. They can hug each other. They can hug each other. Oh my god. Overhunted almost to extinction. Oh, a gentle soul that can read the minds of people, and it can ferry people across the sea. It may sing an enchanting cry if it is in a good mood. Oh, baby, baby. Oh. Because they rarely fight, many have been caught. Oh, that's so sad. A smart and kind-hearted Pokemon. I don't care what anyone says, this is top tier. It's not necessarily, like, it can hug you back, kind of. And I'm gonna say just because it is a water type and you get a wet hug from it for sure, it's gonna be at the bottom of best hug ever, but that deserves to be in best hug ever. Anyone who disagrees can leave. Leave my stream. Goodbye. My view count drops immediately. Ditto. Little guy. Easily to be picked upable. Funny replica. Now, I do want to say, we could cheat here and say that it could transform into the most huggable Pokemon, or your favorite Pokemon to hug. I want to do Ditto in its regular Ditto form. That's what I want to base this off of. Should only count it in its slime form. Exactly. So, it's a little slime guy. Transformed into anything. When it sleeps, it changes into a stone to avoid being attacked. That's funny. Its transformation ability is perfect. However, if it is made to laugh, it can't maintain its disguise. That's adorable. Are you kidding me? Transform into anything. Rearranges its cell structures. However, if it tries to transform itself into something by relying on its memory, this Pokemon manages to get details wrong. That's funny. Could really recombine. It's not really saying anything about its little slime form. I don't really think it's like definitely like amoeba-like. But I don't think it's like particularly like slimy. Like here. They hold the Pikachu. The Pikachu. Wow. They hold the Ditto. I'm gonna say that hugging it feels okay. Look, it's even got like a similar face right here. Cause you know, it doesn't feel great. It's just a little guy. I think it's probably right here. That's what I think. Oh, EV. This one is going into top tier. Top tier, top tier, top tier, top tier. Let's see. Genetic code is a regular. Blah, configures DNA, evolves, unstable genetic, extremely rare, rare genetic makeup. It's not saying anything about, like, its fur that I'm seeing at a quick glance. Oh, gigantic exclamatory up at the fluffiness of the fur. But it does have fluffy fur. Confirmed, it has fluffy fur right around its little neck. Look. Yeah, this is top tier hug. You can just pick up this little friend, give it a nice little hug. Yes, 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 up to the top, here we go. Right here. Boom. Perfect. Perfect place. Perfect placement for a little friend named Eevee. Alright, Vaporeon. I used to accidentally call this motherfucker Aquarion all the time. All the fucking time. And I don't know why. It's always been Vaporeon. Lives close to water. Its long tail is ridged with a fin, which is often mistaken for a mermaid's. Ooh. Oh, its cell structure is similar to water molecules. It will melt away and become invisible in water. That's fun. But apparently when it's not in water, it's fine. Oh, when Vaporeon's fins begin to vibrate, it's a sign that rain will come within a few hours. It's a good weather detector a little bit. Well, that's fun. I like that it can melt into the water. Vaporeon would be either super pretty or super creepy IRL. I agree. I choose to believe that it'll be pretty, but I know that there's a possibility. I think since it's similar to water and it likes being by water, it might rank a little bit lower as far as evolutions go. We're gonna put it into Great Hug though, because I think it's great to hug this friend. Also, it's, let me check. Yeah, it's 63 pounds, so not easy to pick up, but I would totally sit cross-legged on the ground and let it crawl in my lap. It's a great hug. Right there. Next, Jolteon. Let's talk about Jolteon. 2'7", 54 pounds, so it weighs less. Accumulates negative ions in the atmosphere to blast out 10,000 volt lightning bolts. A sensitive Pokemon that easily becomes sad or angry. Every time its mood changes, it charges power. Okay. Every hair on its body starts to stand sharply on end if it becomes charged with electricity. So you're gonna have to hug it when it's not charged. Jolteon's cells generate a low level of electricity. This power is amplified by the static electricity of its fur, enabling its Pokemon to drop thunderbolts. Okay. I think this one isn't really fluffy. And it's probably liable to give you a little shock every once in a while. Nothing too bad, I imagine, but I think it's a pretty good hug. Near the bottom just because of the zappies. But it is still a furry friend. And I don't wanna not acknowledge that, you know? Now this is where we're probably gonna get some good stuff. 2'11". Look at this friend. So cute. And strong thermal energy. When strong thermal energy in its body, its temperature could soar to over 1600 degrees. Okay. So it says it could soar to over 1600 degrees, but it doesn't say that it is actually that hot all the time. I think that's just like when it's about to battle, it gets really hot. So a nice warm friend. It fluffs out its fur collar to cool down its body temperature. Oh, I love the fur collar. I think this is going in the top tier because it's a nice warm friend again. Best hug ever. We're putting it right here. Perfect. getting so close to the end, y'all. Porygon. This is just a little polygonal buddy. And it flies. So no need to worry about height or anything. It's programming code. It can move in cyberspace. So close! The only Pokemon people anticipate can fly into space. It's a man-made Pokemon. Since it doesn't breathe, people are eager to try it in any environment. Okay. I mean, it's just programming code, but it's touchable. And it is literally made of polygons. So, I think feels okay. Smooth, nice to the touch, but still kind of rocky, you know? Alright. Omastar. Or Omanite. I forget which one comes first. I think Omastar is first. Omanite. Dang it, I was wrong. Alright. Look at this friend. Look at this little friend. Very little. You can pick it up. Although long extinct, in rare cases it can be genetically resurrected from fossils. An ancient Pokemon that was recovered from a fossil swims by twisting its 10 tentacles about. Okay. Use air stored in its shell to sink and rise in water. That's fun. Oh, it swam the seafloor. Okay. So I think this is a pretty good hug, honestly. Because, like, as long as you don't mind the texture of the tentacles, which I don't think I would mind. I think it might tickle me a little bit, but it doesn't say anything about the tentacles having, like hooks in them or anything. So I think pretty good. Lower end of pretty good. Feels right to me. Time for the star of the show, Omastar. That beak concerns me, I will say. You can't really lift it, so you have to bend down. And its eyes are also a little bit vacant, so you can see. Heavy shell, sharp beaks ring its mouth. Overly large shell makes it sluggish. Sharp fangs. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if there's really a great... Because the shell has spikes on it, and, like, I don't know. I don't think this would be pleasant to hug. I think it feels pretty horrible. I think I'm putting it right here. And that's my take on that. Kabuto. Kind of cute in a creepy way. Small enough that you can pick it up. It's a little bit heavy for its size, but that's okay. Pokemon that was resurrected from a fossil. On rare occasions, some have been found as fossils. Ancient times. It hid on the seafloor. Generated from a fossil. This is all about how it was a fossil, basically. So we're gonna have to go based on what it looks like. And folks, it doesn't really look like it's super fun to hug, if I'm being honest. It's just like a little bug, and it... I'm gonna say feels horrible as well. It feels a little bit worse than Omastar. Yeah, that's my take. My hot take. And then Kabutops. I think it's gonna be similar to the Scyther situation. Sleek Shake is perfect for swimming. It slashes its prey with claws and drains the body fluids. Sharp sickles. Underwater. Swims through water. Yeah. It's basically the same as Scyther. So I'm gonna put it right by Scyther. That's where it belongs. Whew. Next up, Aerodactyl. Big. Fucking big. Okay. Ferocious prehistoric Pokemon that goes for the enemy's throat with its serrated saw-like fangs. It's a savage Pokemon. Vicious Pokemon. It was regenerated from a dinosaur's genetic matter that was found in amber. It flies with high-pitched cries. Its teeth are like saw blades. Well, I think, assuming... Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Assuming that it's vicious, but that it's, like, friendly towards you, I just don't think it would be very... I don't think it would be very satisfying to hug. It can hug you back, though, so I will put it in feels okay. Just for the sake that it can hug you back. Welcome back, honeybee! Oh, Snorlax is next. Too bad Ray wasn't here. Too bad he had to leave. 6'11". Over 1,000 pounds. Yeah, Aerodactyl. Not good. I just realized that wasn't on. Bum, 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 bum. Very lazy. Just eats and sleeps. As its rotund bulk builds, it becomes steadily more slothful. Okay. It's a big boy. Pokemon's stomach is very strong. So this is mostly about its eating habits and its sleeping. Its stomach is said to be incomparably strong. Even Muck's poison is nothing more than a hint of spice on Snorlax's tongue. Wow. Okay. Well, looking at it, honestly, I can't say that it would be very satisfying to hug. Like, it would be satisfying, I feel like, to take a nap on, maybe. But not to hug. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're hugging around its arm. Your arms are just mainly, like too far out, I feel like. They can't really wrap around anything. Good napping friend. Not a great hugging friend, though. So I think... feels okay. It's better than that. Right there. Too big to give a traditional hug. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel about that. Oh, Articuno. Oh my god, we're on the legendaries. Click. There we go. Articuno. The cruel Pokemon. Ooh. Oh no, that's the cruel Pokemon. This is just the freeze Pokemon. Okay. 5'7". I love Articuno. It's my favorite of the three birds. Legendary bird Pokemon that's said to appear to doomed people who are lost in the icy mountains. It freezes water that is contained in winter air and makes it snow. The magnificent, seemingly translucent wings of this legendary bird are said to be made of ice. I do love this. It does seem like it's very cold, though. Just physically. Can control ice. And, you know, it is a bird, so it's not going to give a great hug. But I think that its chest feathers look very soft, I will say. So... I'm gonna go ahead and put it in feels okay. Because it's a little chilly, but it's got some stuff going for it. It can hug you back. So I'm gonna put it... I'm gonna put it right about here. Because I think that that's what that is. Let's move over to Zapdos, shall we? Its Japanese name is Freezer. This one is Thunder. 5'3". Drops enormous lightning bolts Gigantic thunderstorms. It flies with the buzz and crack of electricity. Causes savage thunderstorms. Thundercloud parts in 2 halves. Glittering wings. Controls electricity. I mean, based on context clues here, because it says that it's like crackling from electricity when it flies, that it probably also is just generally a little bit electric. Boogie woogie woogie. So I think it's gonna be and feels okay as well, because it's like a little bit of a zap, but it's nothing you can't handle. But also it doesn't really look super duper fluffy. So it's gonna be more so right there. That's where I think it should be. No, it feels, yeah, no, it's fine. That's a good spot for it. Okay. Moltres. Now it does have fire on it, and its name is Fire in Japanese. 6'7". Tall. Legendary Bird of Fire. Dazzling Flash of Flames. Legendary Pokemon scatters embers with its flames. Said to bring early spring to the wintry lands it visits. It is said to dip its body in the molten magma of a volcano to burn and heal itself. So it's kind of like a phoenix. Those who see it are overwhelmed by its orange wings that seem to be on fire. Does that mean that they're not on fire? Every flap of its wings creates a dazzling flare of flames. I mean, I think that means it's just on fire. And it doesn't say anything about trust or anything, so if you did hug it, you would have to hug around it while all of its limbs are like akimbo so that you don't get burnt, but you could still get burnt. So I think this one just doesn't feel great to hug, y'all. I'm gonna be real. Alright. Can be hugged, but feels horrible. You get burnt. Put it right there. Sorry, Moltres. I love you. Oh, Dratini, a friend. 5'11". Look at this little friend. Long considered a mythical Pokemon until recently, when a small colony was found living underwater. Long Boy. It's born large to start with, repeatedly sheds its skin as it steadily grows longer. Full of life energy. Oh. I think that, it can't hug you back in the sense that it doesn't have arms, but it absolutely, I think, can hug you back in the sense that it can kind of wrap around you, and it's big enough to do that. So I'm gonna say Dratini because it's full of life energy and just seems kind and really pretty and smooth. This is a great hug. It's gonna go there. More like baby. Yes. That's what I was thinking. Dragonair. Hakuryu. Long. Very long. You could ride on the back of it. Oh, it's a shiny. Cute. Purple. Freaking purple. Mystic Pokemon. Exudes a gentle aura. Ooh, can change climate conditions. Strange aura. They say that if it emits an aura from its whole body, the weather will change. Okay, you know what? I think that this is going to be similar, but it's even bigger, so it can give you an even tighter and cozier hug. And also you can kind of like hold it around the head more so because its head is bigger. Look how pretty. Look how beautiful. Beautiful. So this is going right up. Right there. Alright, Dragonite. Now Dragonite is a friend and absolutely can and will hug you back with his arms. Extremely rarely seen. Sea Guardian. And it rescues drowning people. It has arms to hold you. And I think that that's incredible. And I think that because of that, it's gonna go up into best hug ever. Just ahead of Lapras. It deserves it. Truly, truly it deserves it. Mewtwo. Now Mewtwo was created in a lab and hates people. So yeah, I'm gonna say that because of how powerful it is and all of the PTSD that it probably has, I'm gonna call that one literally unhuggable. That's what I think. I don't think we should be. I don't think that we should be hugging Mewtwo. Because I don't think Mewtwo would want to be hugged. You know what I mean? It just wants to go off and do its own thing and not want to deal with humans. And I fucking respect that. Alright. Mewtwo needs their personal bubble. Exactly. Exactly. Alright, Mew. This is the last one, y'all. We made it. Small. Easily pick-upable. Flies. Hug, hug. Good hug. So rare that it's still said to be a mirage by many experts. Viewed through a microscope, this Pokemon's short, fine, delicate hair can be seen. Doubt you could even find Mew, then keep it around still enough to hug. Exactly. I'm gonna say ancestor of Pokemon. Apparently it appears only to those who are pure of heart and have a strong desire to see it. So you have to really want to see it, but also be pure of heart. That's hard to do. Do we think literally unhuggable? So everybody? Gosh. Do we think really literally unhuggable? Or not the pure of heart part? Yeah. Same. Because I think that if Mew did hug you, it would feel great. Best hug ever. In the context you find it and catch it. I agree. I agree. I think it would feel nice. I think it's going right here. Okay. Well, hey. That's all 151 original Pokemon put into a tier list based on how huggable they are. Let me just real quick. Whew. It's done. Zoom out. Zoom out so you can see, hopefully, the whole shebang, kinda. There we go. You can just kind of barely get him in there. Nah, I'll go one smaller. 33%. Oh, God. My throat's killing me. I need to stop talking soon, otherwise I'm gonna lose my voice. Whew. Look at this. Thank you all so much for helping me. I really appreciate it. Now, I do want to mention that I am getting breast reduction surgery on Friday, early afternoon. Did the playlist just stop? Because that's hilarious timing. Here, I'll just go to the very, last song so that we have something playing. There we go. Anyway, I'm getting surgery on Friday. So, And it's my first ever surgery, and it's a very invasive one. It'll take a while for me to heal, and I know I'm going to be exhausted, especially while I'm first healing, because, you know, my body's using its resources and energy to heal me, as it should be. I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger. Well, there I am. So, as a heads up, I'm going to say right now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be streaming next week. I'm going to play it by ear, that sort of thing. But expect me back, not next week, but the week after. I will post updates and talk about it if I need more time off. But yeah, I'm really excited for this surgery. Very scared as well, because like I said, it's my first surgery. But I know I'm in good hands, and I know I'll be okay. But yeah. It's gonna be a lot. Feel free to take breaks. Your healing and self-care is far more important. I agree. I agree. Okay. I'm gonna hop over to Twitch, see who's streaming, so we can do a funny little raid. And Jupiter is streaming. Jupiter still got the start screen up and just started streaming literally 5 minutes ago. Perfect timing, perfect timing. All right. Raid Hell Princess Jupiter. Okay. Woo. I mean, it's gonna just be me and you, Honeybee, because everyone else had to leave or left early. I don't know if we should do a raid phrase. You want to do a raid phrase? What should we do for a raid phrase if we do? Maybe Cleffa best hug? No clue. Let's do Cleffa certified best hug. Cleffa certified best hug. Alright. I think that's what I'm gonna do, a little funny copy paste. So thank you again. I'm gonna go ahead and hit raid now because my voice is starting to go. Thanks so much, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.